Everybody, welcome. We are in episode 8 of Factions of Fate. Thanks for joining us for our adventure. Please take a moment to like this video. We appreciate it. Thanks. We're on our personal quest to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you have already subscribed, thank you. And if not, please do hit that button. So getting enough subscribers will allow us to keep making this awesome content. So great. We're happy to have Mike here. Mike had said that he might not be able to make it this week, but he made it work. So thanks for rescheduling your entire life for our benefit.
He lied.
This is going to be a big day. I think for questing and adventuring, there's going to be some cool story elements today. So I was very happy you were able to make it. So. As always, there's plenty of information, by the way, in the description below about basic character stats, where you can find maps we use, etc., as well as a link to skip the summary coming up. So, we ready to get this game going?
Oh, yeah.
Let's not waste any time. We got a lot of stuff going on today, and I feel it's going to be a big adventure. Just hope you guys don't TPK in the first 5 minutes.
Let's try not to fall off the 200-foot cliff we just climbed up.
I'm just seeing all the comments now. 5-minute adventure, not disappointing. Unsubscribe, dislike. All right.
If you do fall off, aim for the water. You got water breathing.
Good point.
We do.
All right. That's a good point. Previously, Duvessa Shane was known to be a quiet priestess of Kalambor who was doing some research in dangerous woods just south of Tribor. The Bare Woods are a place wreathed in shadows, and the locals avoided, as it said, no one ever returns. But Duvessa suddenly changed about 6 weeks ago when she walked into Tribor and announced that due to the recent crime wave, she was going to run for the seat of Lord Protector against incumbent Darathra Chandrel. After our characters defended Tribor against thieves, Chandrel ordered Eckankar Dune to find a way to discredit Duvessa before the election. The party entered the Barrowwoods to seek out Duvessa's known home. They encountered groups of shadow creatures, a strange machine that was missing a key, and an old cabin with a headless corpse. They were expecting Duvessa, but found a body instead. They also found information and a strange device that they believe operates the machine, and a vial of pure spellfire from the time of the spell plague. However, to make the machine work, they are in need of a living crystal, and the only lead they found pointed them to a ranger named Zindra in Tribor. Zindra was in a distraught state. As the party discovered, she was upset because her relationship with Duvessa was severed by Duvessa herself about 6 weeks ago. The party hired Zindra to help find the living crystal, but also revealed the body they found. Zindra identified the body as Duvessa Shane herself. Strange. There's suddenly 2 of them. It seemed that Duvessa, was now running for the Lord Protector, was a fake. Hashtag fake Duvessa.
FDS for sure.
but without a head for the body, it would seem difficult to convince the people of Tribor of what Zindra knew to be true. Either way, Zindra demanded revenge for someone taking the true Duvessa from her. If only Zindra can get past her dislike for Eckankar, who she revealed had betrayed Tribor in the past when an artifact was stolen from the Ilmater shrine. Perhaps as a group, you'll be able to accomplish your task. But fate seemed to have other plans for the group, as Theodoluin was stricken by the curse of the Barrowwoods. Now Theo is feeling the pull to return to the Barrowwoods, and his essence is slowly eroding away. The party's only hope is that the Lathander machine and the living crystal can somehow cure Theodoluin before the curse can consume him. Oof. Fighting through vicious gnoll marauders and a drake that almost seeped of blue poison, Zindra led our party to a canyon littered with crystals. At the far end of the canyon is a crack in the earth. Is this the place where they will find a living crystal, or will the dangers within consume a party already stretched thin from the gnolls? There's only one way to find out, everybody.
Let's cue ominous music.
Yeah, cue ominous music. All right. Dum, dum, dum. All right.
I don't know. It's quite beautiful up here in the mountains.
It is.
It's a good view.
All right. So as you begin here, you are at the foot of this long canyon. You can see that the earth here is eroded thin by many years of passing water. You believe the water must rise and fall over the years, and so you would think that most of this terrain here would be considered difficult terrain to travel across. As you start, you look across to see the crack in the earth at the far end of the canyon. What do you guys want to do as we begin? You guys are 200 feet up the cliff side and just about 20 feet in from the side of the drop to Dune.
Well, I think maybe I've learned from the past day. I'd like to scan the horizon, scan the cliff sides for any silhouettes of gnolls with bows and exploding arrows.
Or drakes. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Why don't you
drake.
give me a roll?
Oh, that's not supposed to be an advantage, but
Let's use the
18?
first one, yeah.
All right. So what did you end up getting on that?
I got an 18 perception.
All right,
I'm looking for archers.
All right, you scan the horizon. You're kind of looking around at the far edge. You can see that this area up on top is very slick and slippery and difficult to climb, even probably for a gnoll. So you're thinking that for the typical gnoll, being around here as an archer would be very difficult. You don't see any movement or in the shadows, but you do feel something strange about some of those crystals that you see ahead of you. That you see, the area is littered with a few crystals farther down the canyon. You get the feeling that they might not entirely be inanimate.
Zindra, are those our quarry down the canyon there? Those stones, they look wavery a little.
She looks down the canyon and as she stares, she says, "Listen, this cave, I know its existence, but what lies within it's a mystery. About 5 years ago, before the gnolls stretched west through the foothills, we'd come here to hunt crag cats. I stumbled upon this place by accident. I was curious what was down here, but when I entered the canyon, those crystals there, you see just there that you look at, they just came alive. They sing.
Are they the same ones that the gnolls built those arrows out of? The ones we're looking for?
No. I think those come from deeper within because I don't see them as those crystals as being anything like what we found. But I think maybe deeper within the cavern we can find that. But be careful because those crystals there, they sing when they sing, it's like you just, I don't know. I mean, you just kind of forget, or I don't know if you fall asleep or what. But I walked down there and when I finally came to my senses, I was about to walk right off this cliff. She points back at the cliff face that you just climbed up.
Oh boy.
I don't know what happened. I looked back and everything seemed like it was before. I just remember that strange singing, the humming, the echo. It's like a ringing, like someone clattering a spoon against a glass.
Sounds horribly unpleasant. Flander, would you be able to counteract this song somehow?
Maybe it could be just a tone poem.
I see. I'm afraid that's something you would know much better than I, as a bard.
Alan, are we hearing anything from it?
No, absolutely not. Everything seems more calm. I mean, considering that just about 20 minutes ago, the veil behind you, the rocky area behind you, was littered with gnolls and that strange drake that you fought that was seeping of blue. It seems very serene here. It's the steady rushing of the water below. The water moves moving quickly as it drops down the far end from a waterfall, rushes down this canyon and bellows out the side, and you can hear that loudly. It's so that is kind of booming in your ear right now. But other than that, the place seems very quiet, like almost like museum quiet.
I have a question. Is this a cavern or is this open to the sky?
Open to the sky. It's a canyon.
Okay.
At the far end is a cavern, like that, a 30-foot crack in the earth that goes deeper. And Zindra says, she says, so I spoke with this druid years later, an old cadre named Rydoth, who was wandering through Guerin's slumber. I've seen him there a few times. And he explained that this place is some kind of den for living crystals. Deep there in the cavern, she points to the crack in the earth. I asked him what's in there and why they're there, and he just flat out told me I didn't need to know.
Yes,
but I remember
Rydoth is not the most personable man.
Oh, you know him?
We've met him once.
He said a few words to me from time to time.
We stayed with him a whole night, and that was about all we got out of him.
Oh, I've just seen him wandering through Guerin's slumber. I haven't seen him in a while, though. She looks back out over the scenery behind you that stretches out across the vale. She kind of grabs part of a rock that is a pillar of rock that's speared up from the ground and touches it to kind of brace herself as she looks out, keep her balance. She kind of sighs and she says, so when Devessa said she was in need of a living crystal, I just blurted out that I knew where we could find them. And I don't know, she was so excited. She kind of looks down almost like she feels like maybe she's failed a little bit. You should have seen her face. The way her eyes sparkle, even in the dark of those barrowwoods. I would have said anything, done anything to make her happy. I didn't have the heart to tell her that we probably couldn't get in there. Last night
you tried anyways?
I don't know. I tried to get in there once. I wasn't able to. Maybe we can together. See, I told her I was going to go gather supplies so we could find the living crystal. But instead, I actually returned to Tribor and tried to make a deal with Erlam to get adventurers to help. I know Duvessa didn't want anyone to know what she was doing, but we needed her help. Anyway, Erlam said he would gather together a team if we had the gold for it. We had no gold. And the next day, Duvessa showed up in town. She ignored me. I called to her and I just grabbed at her. She just didn't want anything to do with me, and she pushed me away.
That was fake Duvessa, Shane. The FDS, not the RDS that you knew.
Yeah, but she called me an insolent child, and it broke me. I thought she found out I betrayed her trust. I tried to apologize, but she just, it wasn't even fucking her. It was an imposter, yet it still hurts. It was her killer. Anyway, I don't know what to think anymore. I'm just sad and angry. And
Did the before fake Duvessa, Shane? Did the real one end up going to this cave? Did she make it up here before?
No, I told her that we could get here. I told her I knew where it was because I wanted to tell her what she wanted to know. But those crystals that's singing, the gnolls that are here, the two of us, we wouldn't be able to make it. I did it, but I couldn't tell her. How can you? She wanted it so badly. She kind of crouches down, her kind of kneeling down in a crouched curl, her arms around in front of her knees as she looks out over the canyon floor. And she just kind of looks down, and you can kind of see she feels a little bit like she has almost betrayed even you, because she gets to that point and she realizes, she's like, I don't even know if we could go in there. She wants to, but at the same time she's afraid.
I think Ek will walk up to her. Zindra, I understand the pain of betrayal, but you did not betray her in trying to find help to get in here. And those words weren't from her. You need to know that. But we will go in there and we will get these crystals. If nothing, for not in her memory.
We will finish what she started.
She looks down at the 200-foot drop back to where back in the distance you can see the rolling hills. And she sighs and nods and pushes up to her feet, touches the side of the cliff. I want all of you to give me a perception roll.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Emo.
All right, Hemo.
Emo.
Hemo.
Hemo's gotta know what's going on.
I think we're missing one here. Mike's got to go. Okay, thanks. All right, Hemo. In the distance, over the rolling hills, you can see far away the pinpoint of where you had your encounter in the Vale. Up on the bluff where you had killed that drake, you see a sizzling blue flame rising up. Where the body had landed.
I guess I try to get a close look at. I don't have a very close look at it.
No, you're many minutes away up the bluff. You can just see a blue flame kind of erupting from it.
I look at Jaru. Did you set that, Jaru?
Yeah, no, I did not.
What's happening there then? Do the
Can I
rest
do
of you
a-
see that flame?
Arcana check, or
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check if you'd like. Do a recall knowledge on what's going on. Here.
recognize it here.
14.
14.
You just you think that the source of the magic that's coming from, or the flame that's coming from, is arcane in nature. Though what it is or its source is not clear to you. It's definitely an enchanted flame that's burning from there, and it's fairly tall. If you're standing next to it, you'd think it was probably 6 feet tall.
You mentioned it was like blue kind of aura coming off that dragon, and is that the color of that kind of reminiscent of these crystals?
Give me a investigation roll.
Okay. 16.
These crystals are mostly clear, and they take on the aura of the light around them. So you can see that they kind of have this kind of earthen hue about them, and they reflect part of the water. As the water shimmers off the cliff sides, there's a kind of a random water glow, and it casts these images of rainbow lights as they spread out. The light passes through them. You're not exactly sure why, but when light passes through these prisms, these crystals, they leave behind this trail where it's like a spark, where it's an array of different colors.
Ooh.
Okay.
But other than that, there's nothing that clearly, indicates that there's a colored comparison in any way. If you look deep enough into the rainbow of blues, you might find that color, but it's not It's not something that's being called out.
No sound emanating from them, I presume.
Nothing right now. Zindra
Feels
had
like we need
said
to get
that.
closer.
Zindra said that happened when you got closer, and she was you can kind of see as she was brave up to this point, but you think that climbing up this and seeing this, she's sort of feeling like she lost control somewhere when she was here. And you think that Zindra as a person, as a nature, sort of maybe from insecurity, really is fearful of losing control of things. And so you think that whatever caused her to almost walk off this cliff face kind of has her spooked or paused.
She's definitely a forceful individual.
Flander, I knew in a past life, I knew a bard. He had some abilities. Some would say it was sort of a counter charm type ability. Do you have the ability to do the same thing? That might aid us here if they do have a sonic charming effect.
I do have some abilities to that effect, yes.
And if I may, as long as you are within my aura, you are prevented from being charmed.
How great is your how wide is your aura? Is that the 10 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Right.
that's something you might want to keep in mind. Maybe you can just, if these creatures are trying to charm you,
I'll just put that on
Yes.
now.
And let us stay clumped up for those beautiful area of effects.
According to Jorlins, his aura can be seen from anywhere in the town.
I also have Fey ancestry, so I get advantage against
As do.
saves against.
Kind of looks around at all the elves in here.
There's a lot of elves.
We all have Fey ancestry. Freak.
Most of us. Most of us. That'll give us an advantage for sure.
Fey ancestry is like Elvis. Everybody's got a little Elvis. Fey ancestry. All right.
And I thought I was special.
That's what your kindergarten teacher told you, then that's what it is. All right.
You are
Yeah, my
special.
kindergarten teacher told me I had Fey ancestry. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, Graham, and everybody else, what do you guys want to do? You see that fire in the distance. You see behind you the crystals standing tall. They are deep within this canyon. There is a crack within the earth farther beyond.
So was that blue the same shade of blue as that creature?
Yes.
The aura that was coming off those creatures?
Yeah.
Can I
and
get
kind
an
of,
arcana check about...
all right. Give me an arcana check.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
11.
Oh no! You're looking, and you know that you know that there's a.
Oh, wow.
It could be the creature's internal acids or whatever that was allowing them to combust and do his breath weapon. Maybe they just sort of, once the creature dies, maybe it just burns up. You're not sure. Like it's a guess. You're not exactly sure. I mean, it's as good as anything.
Either that or is it being reborn?
Some sort of a phoenix.
Oh God. He'll-
Could be.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, I think we should not tarry on the edge here, in case that is the case. In case that is true. So Zindra, you have not been beyond this point.
Not that she remembers.
Well, whether if she did and doesn't remember, it serves us not. You should stay here.
Wait. What? I should stay here?
Do you wish to proceed further?
She looks over at the crystal deep within the canyon, staring up at him. Then she looks down and go ahead.
You will no longer be guiding us. We will be protecting you. And we have enough trouble protecting ourselves.
Or
Not to
working
sound-
together, perhaps.
She looks down at the cliff face and then looks back at the crystals, and she says, well, yeah, I mean, you hired me to do a job, and I guess I did it.
You should only come if you wish to. If you are feeling doubts, it will not serve us.
She says, well, maybe I could be a lookout.
You are very perceptive. You saw the gnolls long before we did. I have no qualms of you joining us. It's your conviction in this quest, so to speak, that I question. If you are feeling doubts and would rather not go, I would rather not have to look out for you on top of everything else.
Jaru, she's been through quite a week.
Exactly. Why put her through more, and threaten our very mission?
She says that's fine. It's I don't need to see what's in there. That was never my quest. My quest was to help Duvessa, and I think maybe the best way is to let you go, so you don't have to protect me. It's fine. I'll stand here as a lookout. I'll try to warn you if the gnolls return, but
Or if that fire seems like it's going to consume our exit.
He says,
As
"Yeah,
I
that's
say,
that's
it is up to you.
that's strange. I've never seen a fire like that come from a creature. I've seen drakes before. That was an odd one for sure. But drakes come in all different sort of sizes and shapes. They have different abilities. You never know what you're going to get with one of them. It's like a deck of many drakes.
True.
No, it's a unique addition to the necklace. That is for sure.
If that thing is kind of expanding, and if it is doing like Hemo says, perhaps we might like to get this done and get out before
right.
it gets out of control.
All right.
Are your drake teeth still there on your in your pocket or necklace, wherever you put them?
Why don't you look?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Open your pocket
But
and see.
do we
where-
still have them?
You look for the drake teeth. You look for the drake teeth. They are gone.
The drake teeth have, even the one I put on my necklace.
No.
Yeah, it's just evaporated. If you look down, it's just gone.
Damn it.
I'm really hoping this
down to
isn't a
2.
Phoenix situation.
Okay.
If she is gonna stay out here, is there like a pretty defensible like hiding place for her at all?
Not really. I mean, she's sort of out in the middle of the open here, but she can hide, and she says she's good at hiding.
Okay.
She's like,
Circumstances have changed.
Nah. He's like, actually. Go on.
Well, there is new information. We must assess and replan, right?
Now you're more worried about
If-
protecting her out here?
I do not wish harm to come to her. If she is here alone, and if the thing is truly reforming itself as possible with the teeth gone missing, she would not stand a chance alone.
she looks at.
So
she
perhaps
There's strength in numbers.
She says, "Okay, well, let's do one thing or another, because standing out here isn't getting anything done."
Let's all walk
Given this-
together carefully and
All
stay in
around
Eckankar's aura.
All right, you're gonna inch forward. Give me
We'll
sort
start
of like
moving
a
up.
give me sort of a general marching order, and I can kind of move you as a group. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Well, Hemo's preparing the his smith's tools just in case he gets a chance to take a chunk of one of these crystals.
All right, you're gonna move slowly up the veil, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
we should avoid 3 or more, well, as few as possible in a direct line.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move your characters as a group. So go ahead and put yourself in a clump, and then where are you gonna go, Theo? You're just gonna.
That's fine. It's also sort of narrow in this part, so don't have much choice. But to Jaru's point, once we get past this narrow part, I'll probably step to the side by 5 feet.
Okay. For some reason, your character removed itself from my screen, but it's there now. Okay, so
Deleted.
the group of you move forward up the veil.
All right,
Now,
can I move myself to the side?
Let
then?
everyone else know if you begin to hear singing, okay?
Theo, don't move yourself. I'm moving you.
Okay.
You're
in charge.
That way, I don't have to keep moving everybody individually. All
Although,
right.
like I said, I wanted to move 5 feet off to the left unless.
All right, you can put-
there's narrow spotting in, isn't there?
You can put yourself in that position once we move to that area.
There you go. Done.
All right. So once I put you down, you can kind of reassess yourself where you're going to be in the area.
Ooh, it's getting tight.
We're getting close.
All right, I'll move Zindra, and I'll move the map.
Oh boy.
All right, as you creep up along the edge, you can see as you walk every once in a while your feet slip a little bit underneath you. It's slick rock. It's like walking on not as bad as walking on glass, but not that much better. As you're streaking across the surface, trying to maintain your balance. More than one time, one of you have had to grab the other to kind of get balance.
Oh, I hate
How
cliff.
far down is it to the water there?
It is 30 feet.
Okay.
And then another 200 once you reach the end of the waterfall.
Well, there's a little. It looks like there's spots where you could actually hit the rock there too.
What you'll notice is
If
the
you
water
fall into
literally plunges underneath those rocks. So there's chances to grab it, but you might actually be, if you
Might also
don't
hit
make
your head
the
on it.
grapple, you're gonna keep going. It's very dangerous down there.
Yeah.
All right, as you get to the first of these crystals, you can see that one of these crystals suddenly quivers and changes.
Mm.
It goes kind of almost moves a little bit. You can kind of see it shimmering and shifting, and from within you can see the faint glow of a face within, almost like projected on the surface. The face is gaunt and long, elongated with a reddish glow to it, and it says, "Greetings, travelers. You have come a long way. Enter. We need to speak." And this creature then suddenly reverts back to its formal self.
Well, an invitation is better than an assault, I guess.
Yeah.
Did it seem like it was addressing us, or did it seem like it just sort of said that to the air? Are we
You're
sure?
not sure. You're not sure. Maybe it's a recording that says to everybody. Maybe you're one of those people who, you're gonna like the magic mouth that is on the edge of the door for the wizard.
That could just be a simple illusion.
Yeah. The mouth doesn't say, it could be a magic mouth, or it could be a message, or it could be any number of things.
That wasn't singing. Zindra, did that thing speak to you?
No, that thing didn't. No, when it came alive, it looked much different for me, and its singing was like a ringing, almost like there are ceremonies where they take glasses and they run their fingers over the edges with water, and the different glasses. I don't know anything.
Theo recognizes this immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that type of stuff, but they actually play, and when that ringing happens, that's what it sounded like. But this face, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Greetings, crystal creature. Where's inside? He'll step forward.
You say that, and nothing happens.
Maybe it was a magic mouth.
Maybe it's not listening.
I guess should we keep
Let's
moving?
keep going. Let's just be careful.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead
If we see
and.
any more lights,
All
we'll
right,
know
you,
something's happening.
Wait, so this is a living crystal, right? We literally came for one of these, right?
no, this
He
is
was gonna be
said
like-
these were different from
These
the
are
ones
crystals.
that
these
I
are
needed.
crystals.
These aren't the living crystals?
Well, you can give me identification. Give me an investigation.
An investigation?
Yeah.
Alrighty, yeah, that's pretty much what he's thinking. Is like, is this a living crystal? Got a 20.
No, these appear to be what they call crystalline marauders. These are creatures. This is literally a creature that is you probably believe somebody is speaking through.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that could make sense. I've seen that sort of magic, right? Remote communication stuff. He kind of nods to himself, and he'll tell people like, I think maybe someone is talking to us through this. Although we can beware, it could still attack.
Yeah, you know that
somebody
these things,
sees us.
after you doing that investigation roll, you know that these creatures, these crystalline marauders, can be very dangerous. They can actually confuse people, casting a confusion. They do sonic damage, and they also can also pierce you. They can actually push out little piercers from their bodies in all directions. They can be very dangerous. Though you think your skill level is probably much greater than theirs. Still, not something to be trifled with. These
Yes.
guys might be guardians of some sort.
Alright, so yeah, he'll describe that very briefly, like a porcupine.
Like a porcupine, yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's continue.
Let's shall.
Okay, you're gonna move up to the cave entrance.
Just walking past these dangerous guys.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to have a sword out and if I can prepare an attack. If anything tries to stab us, I want to try to hit it first.
All right, you kind of walk through it. I'm thinking you know with the swords up.
Definitely still have shield out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you sort of walk around this creature, staring at it, and then you realize that ahead of you there are several more of these up the canyon, and these all might be very possible could be these creatures. Unfortunately, when they're not moving, they're very difficult to tell from any other crystal. All right, do you want to move up to the edge of the crystal, or do you want to? What do you want to do? You're already moving at sort of half speed to move over the slick surface.
what do you think, Ek?
Yeah. We move to the mouth of the cave.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, we're gonna walk past all these
Hemo-
guys.
Be rude.
Hemo wonders aloud, "Oh boy, I sure hope that there's no living crystals here for me to steal parts of. All I see here are inanimate ones. Oh, what a shame." I'm pointing my sword at the crystals. Too bad they're all non-living and not going to attack us.
All right, you inch your way up to the edge of the cavern. What you can see is an A-shaped cavern that has been ripped open from the earth, almost as if something just broke it apart. Deep within, you can see the cavern disappears into the darkness. Those with you with dark vision can see that it disappears past your 120 feet.
I'll pop my goggles on.
All right, you have your goggles on. Zindra's like, she's looking back at those crystals. Are you sure they're not going to follow us in?
They might.
Maybe this is a trap.
It might
It
be.
probably is.
It's a trap.
Should we destroy them all first?
Well,
No.
if we destroy them all and somebody did want to speak to us, they would be quite irritated, I think, if we destroyed all their guardians. They haven't
Should we form
attacked
our own-
us.
Should we craft our own wall in this entrance after we enter?
I think
For
so
now-
far they've been polite.
I agree with Hemo. For now, let us proceed with the assumption that they wish to converse. Warily.
Okay, so are
Puts
you
his
going to
shield up
enter?
again.
Are you going to enter into the cavern? The cavern is wide. It's about at the very widest space. It's about 15 feet wide, and it kind of narrows in as it rises up 30 feet. So you could walk in fairly well. Again, this cavern floor here, it seems to be heading a straight line. It's not the tunnel isn't going up or down very much. It seems to be going straight in. Next to you, you can see that right next to the cave entrance here, where you're walking in, water kind of bursts out of another crack in the earth that is flooding out and filling this canyon. So as you near the edge, it's just filled with thunder. You don't think you could hear anything if you wanted to perceive sound right now. Do you want to enter the cavern, or do you want to do something while you're outside?
I think we're going into the cavern.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna use the marching order you sort of presented here as the marching order to go into the cavern. Is that fine?
That's
Yeah.
fine with me.
All right. You journey deep into the cavern. Let me
Does
bring
everyone
up-
have dark vision? No.
I think everybody but Zindra now.
I'll
Oh, so, well, Zindra is a half elf, so
Oh, okay. Then never mind. Yeah, we're all good.
okay. I was gonna pull out my lucky rabbit's foot, which has light cast upon it.
you can do that if you
But-
want. That's totally
No.
fine.
Yeah, it's just it wouldn't be necessary for. But he looks back and kind of checks everybody and nods to himself if everybody can see. It's one of his infused items.
Unless you wish for us to be seen, which, may be the polite option, but this definitely does not seem like a very inviting front room.
All right. So you enter in slowly but cautiously, weapons drawn, I would assume, ready for action. Let me know if you want to blindly rush ahead with no weapons and with your chest out, with a target drawn on your chest.
Definitely gonna use my
Okay.
perception to see ahead to see if I can detect any movement as we're heading in.
All right, I will give you guys a possible perception roll as needed.
All right.
All right, you as you journey down this long cavern, it stretches some 300 feet into the earth. You are in complete darkness within 20 so feet of walking through the cavern as the earth sort of swallows you up. Steps become echoey as you walk through. The walls of the cavern rumble. You think it's because of the rushing water.
Is
Can I
the
have this-
ground sort of slightly squishy and moist like that Star Wars scene?
No. It's actually fairly
Good.
hard and dry.
Good.
But you can just feel you feel the vibration happening all around you. So if you ever been to a cavern with rushing underwater, you'll know it's sort of really very loud and kind of vibrates even your chest a little bit. But here is where you step into a massive crystalline cavern, and I'll bring a map up in a second. The air tingles with an otherworldly energy. All around you, towering crystals of every hue and size reflect the faint light, creating a dazzling spectacle. The floor beneath your feet is a mosaic of crystalline gemstones. The earth itself has this kind of pitter-patter of gemstones all around you. Their surface polished smooth by centuries of water's touch and reminiscent of the crystals you carry in your hands. Those are from the gnolls. In the center of the cavern, a pool of churning water takes up most of the area, its surface rippling with undercurrent. Making your way closer, you see that at the far end of the pool, water rushes in from the mountainside, flooding through the gaps in the stone. The sound is both thunderous and soothing, echoing off the crystalline walls. In the center of the pool is a small island, and upon it rests a giant spire of a crystal, reaching toward the cavern's ceiling. The spire seems to glow from within, casting prismatic reflections across the water, and you believe that a face stares back at you from within. I'll bring the map up.
Wild.
Manner of being is this?
Ooh.
Oh, look at that token.
You can hear the
Symbol.
echo of the waves in this cave. Gundren would be so excited.
So go ahead and put yourself at the bottom of the cavern, coming in.
Hello? Hello?
Doctor.
All right.
Don't forget your hit points, everybody.
All right, as you walk in, staring at this giant creature, you see all around you these crystals that are there. You know immediately, since you've investigated before, that all of these spires are most likely animated or living of some sort. In the center, this crystalline tower, this monolith, stands tall. You emerge from the dark.
So it's illuminated in here too?
It's illuminated with that. There's like a glowing light. From the center of this monolith, there's a glowing light that's radiating in all directions.
Gotcha. I thought I saw some kind of in the corners too, on the north.
Yeah. Well, it's a map, so
Or
you
the
know,
top.
not all maps
Not
are.
necessarily. Okay.
I make some maps, and some maps I buy, so I don't always get a
But
chance.
the monolith's glowing
Yeah, the monolith's glowing.
and kind of giving the cave some glow. This is beautiful in here.
It really is.
He says out loud.
Zindra looks around. She's like, I've never seen anything like this. She's in awe of what this structure looks like. She sees the drop into the cavern where the water is. She hears the thunder coming in from the north. The waters kind of ripple against the stones as if like a brook rippling through stones. You hear the head bubbling all around you. The floor is covered and littered with all these little gemstones that are microscopic. But if you had a light source and cast it around there, you'd see it glittering.
I wonder if each of these are animate as well.
Eckankar, Hemo, and Flander, give me a history roll.
Does it have to have anything to do with the history of elves?
No, it does not. Graham,
Dang.
years ago,
Hi.
almost 2 years ago, you were also in a cave that had a glittering litter of lights, of gems across it. This time in the ceiling of Wave Echo Cave, they had all these glittering lights. If you recall, these crystals that are here are very, very similar. They think they might be almost the same. You think that they may thwart being able to be invisible or hidden.
They
Hey,
might also hurt our head.
Emo, I'll point up. Does that look vaguely familiar?
Oh no.
Oh my.
How far away are we from Wave Echo Cave?
Miles, days away.
Visions of
That
lava
was-
come through my
That'd
head.
be at least 2 days away.
Probably more like 5 or 6 days away. Yeah.
Interesting.
You're a long ways away from where that is. You look around. Anything else you're going to do as you stand at the base of this cavern?
Who
Sort of
would like
giving
to
you-
speak?
All right. What do you want to say?
Yeah, no, he turns back to the group. Says, "Who would like to speak?" It probably should not be me.
Who?
Yeah.
That guy?
I could.
You hear Duvessa. Sorry. You hear Zindra behind you say, "Yeah, never let Ugly say anything."
Wow.
He flips her off also.
She laughs.
Archer.
When you flip her off, you kind of see this little smirk on her face, like a smirk of respect. She's when you say that to her, you think that if there is a such thing as a love language, her love language is a shot in the arm.
It's how I show
Good
affection.
punch. He'll sort of step to the side as well.
Okay. What
Perhaps
is
Eckankar? Flander?
Yep. I can step up and have a word with that thing if we want.
where are you going to step
Yeah.
and what are you going to say?
I'm going to
What are you going to address?
I'm going to address this crystal in the center.
All right. As you call out, your voice echoes, and this kind of hollowed out water that sort of springs back your words to you, vibrating the entire place. As you call out, though there's water that's gurgling and there's rushing water, your voice carries easily across this place. What are you going to say?
I'm going to. Well, can you hear me there? Can you understand me?
All right. As you call out, you get a response back. Well met, traveler. You see the monolith in the center lights up. A face appears. I have felt you. I have felt your steps for some time, drawing closer, ever closer.
Are we intruding?
You have not stumbled upon my domain by accident.
I am Flander O'Donnell, hero of Phandalin. Might I know your name?
We have no names. We have no identity like that. We are what we are.
You say we. Are there more of you?
We are the Borg. We are all around you. And
Are
then
you
from
the
all,
crystals?
all of the crystalline structures that are around you, all around you, together, say in unison, we are all around you. Almost as if they're one voice through many.
We are us.
Go
Yeah, we are
ahead
us.
and,
Exactly right.
prepare an attack, just in case they get a little feisty.
All right.
What is your purpose here?
To exist such as yours.
Why did he invite us here? What? one of your crystals outside invited us here. What?
Your movements were precise. Your direction reveals your single purpose. You came here for a reason. Yet that reason is unknown to me. You seek knowledge. Few in this time do. Present
We do
yourself.
s-
Present
we do
yourself,
seek-
and I shall determine your honesty. I have little patience for a deceitful conversation.
Neither do I. Can I tell him?
Please tell him what we're looking for.
Hemo steps forward.
Darkness. Yes, of course.
We seek a type of crystal from this cave with the power to power a device, a divine magical device to help cast the darkness out of the woods near our town of Tribor, a place I've sort of claimed as my new home, and I'd very much like to not have be surrounded by evil magic. And so we are here.
The call of the Morning Lord. The call of the Morning Lord.
Yes,
It
the
affects me.
Flander. His we need to power a contraption to focus his light, I believe.
Theo says, just sort of chiming in, the shadow affects me now.
When you do so, when you say that, Theo, you see this thing radiate. And all of the crystals that are around you begin radiating. They're kind of humming. They're not singing. They're just sort of vibrating.
He sort of winces a little bit and kind of covers his body just a little bit from it.
Perhaps your curse could be lifted here.
Do you know what this shadow power is? Have you felt it too from up here?
It hums for a moment. It echoes out, radiating, and then suddenly, as once just stops. And for a second, it seems that the face in the center even dissipates for a moment. But then it returns.
He's thinking.
Let me find my spot here, Len.
Error 404.
Yeah.
302. It's somewhere else.
Someone hit a F5.
Damn,
All right.
where's the reset button on this thing?
All right. You wish for me to part with some of me and allow you to remove a portion of my being in hopes that your task will be successful.
If
There is a risk to my generosity.
Theo sort of nods.
you've invited us
I
here, we are guests in your cave here. We can't demand this from you for free, but we think that you could help us. If we could help you in return, then perhaps ask of us what you will.
I must find purpose in such a transaction. That is true.
I will produce the art of the ring structure.
Okay? All right. Once you do so, you see all the elements around begin humming again. The main pillar begins humming. You kind of feel this trembling. And then it all stops at once. And the face returns. I shall part with what you desire, but in return I seek information as to what is happening. Do you know?
That is a big question. Where exactly?
We had
That which was
we had-
destroyed lingers still. The taint seeps through the cracks of Faerun. I can feel it moving like worms stretching out from the east. Philosophers speak of its end, of the second sundering, a flourish of Eo's mighty pen, rewriting the past and future. Yet the mighty crash that followed was a prelude to false promises. Though greatly withdrawn by divine right, even Ao is not all-powerful. That's what it says, too. Almost kind of cryptically.
He's speaking of the spellfire.
Do you not feel the constant quiver?
Oh, we feel it.
We had taken an assumption or a guess, I think, about what was causing the darkness before, but I'm not remembering. Does anybody else remember?
We believed it was Cyric in kind of origin. We felt kind of that. But yeah, I thought.
Well, we should share that at least. That's our best guess.
Yeah. It's kind of the best information that we have right now.
All right.
We are trying to figure out what is happening as well. We know there are other groups trying to find this more evidence of the spell plague. What they want to do with it, we don't know. We just seek to protect our home.
The void of nothing and the fingers of the blue fire reached from the east. 'Twas but an
Wait.
instant.
Fingers of blue fire? Are you referring to the... Was it the spellfire?
Some
Did
call
we not
it
find a small vial of that? Did we not hear of a pool of this?
We don't know much about it, but we do know it is not gone from the land.
We did hear tale of a pool, though. Yes.
Somewhere?
Yeah, in the letter, the original, what you're guessing, Duvessa Shane had said that she had collapsed a pool of this.
Yep.
Yeah, and we did collect a vial though of it, right? So, Theo sort of stumbling his way through describing, like, wait, I think we did hear about a pool of this spellfire.
Right.
Are there more?
He says, "'Twas but an instant. No, not an instant to mortal beings, who are so fleeting. But it is there just the same.
I know,
It's
right?
Different, but it is different now. When the great upheaval happened, when Eber collided with Toril, when mountains flew and lands vanished, I sought patterns and found none. But now what is happening has purpose, intelligence. I feel it from far to the east, where the great mountain stretches within the pillars of the forest. Do you feel it? Can you feel it?
Can you dig it?
Yes,
We
Lord,
are-
I feel it.
We are not as attuned to the vibrations. I especially am not attuned to the vibrations of this plane. We need more temporal instructions or directions. Your essence, your awareness is far vaster than ours.
Have you ever been outside of this cave? What do we call you?
I have no name or identity.
Well, has your form here ever been outside of this cave?
I can reach beyond for a bit, for a stretch. My entities can move beyond my reach, but only so far. Only so far.
But you haven't seen this place from the east where you feel this presence affecting the spellfires.
I only know what the earth tells me. I shall part with what you desire, but in return, seek information as to what is happening to the west, to the east.
What's to the east of us right now?
Yeah, like what mountain range did we climb into today? With the Sword
Well, you're-
Mountains, right?
Yeah, you're sort of in the Sword Mountains to the east. Give me a. Why don't you give me a history roll? Actually, this could include the Elven history if you want.
Max.
All right,
Get
what do
some
you got?
knowledge in
I
history.
technically I left the book at home, but
That's fine.
I'm okay at history. I'll just roll it flat. It's still a
I'm
plus
definitely
6.
okay as well.
18.
All right, history check. I'm gonna say Nate and Hemo. Both of you have
Classic.
intimate knowledge of the lands to the east. It talked about a pillar of stone surrounded by a great forest. He might be thinking about the High Forest. The High Forest is far to the east of this mountain range, and it is actually where both of you, at least I know Hemo is originally from.
Yes, that pillar would be deeper in. Raithai Weathor was just a few miles in from the edge.
Yeah, but I mean, you're getting the understanding that this creature, this thing, it exists, and it uses the trembles of the earth as its eyes. It is how it touches everything. So it sort of only knows what the earth tells it. So it has to sort of filter out the big events and the small events. So earthquakes would know great events, and so it only knows how the earth gets affected. You don't think it has an understanding or a even desire to understand like social constructs or people or evolution or any of those things. It sort of exists in its own living earth.
Very cool.
This may be some sort of an elemental.
I'll speak in primal.
All right, go ahead.
Nearby, as things are, beneath a tower, there is something buried that we do not know, but is being guarded quite strenuously. Also, there was a pool of the spell fire, also relatively close by, unfortunately, we do not know where, that was buried under the earth. These are 2 items of information that we have at the moment. If you seek more information, we will certainly be happy to gather it for you.
You speak. I know of the great nothing. The space where nothing exists within the lands of the humans. I feel the empty. It is much bigger than the space it contains.
Is it the TARDIS?
Nice.
Like a black hole? Or a portal?
That's what the creature tells you. Remember,
Does
it's
it speak to me?
It speaks to you. It speaks to you back in primal, right?
I will relay that information. Yes, this is some manner of elemental.
And there's
Tight.
some kind of emptiness or void or some similar conceptual nothingness buried underneath Tribor?
There is a space within the lands of the humans. I know that all paths lead there. I feel the trembling of the horses and wagons pointing in all directions to the one place. There, at its center, the nothing exists, the space I cannot touch.
What? It could. It could be that there is like a negative space there. It could also be that there's something protecting.
Blocking his access.
Yes. It could be a magic that he couldn't get past. It could be a shield to whatever scrying-like ability this elemental has.
You think this thing has probably like massive tremor sense. like where it could reach out tens of hundreds of miles in all directions.
I guess I've never. I mean, Eckankar, maybe you're privy to something I don't know, but I've never seen anything in Tribor that could block a creature's tremor sense like this.
The only... I don't know of any such thing. Maybe it's Hyrule or whatever it is below Tribor that Chandral is trying to protect. I don't know.
Of course, the old man would never tell us.
No.
This crystalline monolith said that it can feel the caravans and the horses pointing and heading that way. It makes me wonder if this is a massive force movement that we may encounter soon.
Well,
I worry.
If he is feeling something buried underneath the center of Tribor, then that is every day. Carriages come in from.
But they would come to every
road.
city.
We do not know that he speaks of Tribor. There are other places.
He wouldn't know, would he?
Unfortunately, he doesn't have a map, and he only knows kind of what he's feeling.
Mm-hmm.
This place that you're feeling, the center where the void is that to the far east?
Not so far.
Yeah, because this entity wouldn't even have an understanding of like what Tribor is or cities. So
yeah. They kind of would though, because of all of the concentration of the people.
That's what.
Like,
But he wouldn't understand them as a city or a.
Yeah, he
what's
understands
going
like
on.
there's like a bunch of people there, but he doesn't like understand. Probably doesn't understand like a concept of what a city is. Is what I'm guessing.
Well, maybe. I would say that he'd probably know that there's that concentration of movement, right, in a certain spot, and he'd probably feel things like other industries happening, right? I'm thinking about the smithing that I do, right, where you're physically like crafting something, you're pounding at the ground, and there's going to be a pattern to it, and there's going to be, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Just imagine all that happening constantly all day long in all the many different facets. He probably has, you're not sure, but he probably has to either focus or there's a lot of noise. He's probably, just like the rest of us do, when we walk into a room and there's a bunch of noise going on, yet we can hear certain things because we sort of willfully filter out that noise. And sometimes it's
what I'm
too
getting
loud.
at is, yes. And what I'm getting at is he probably does understand that that's where like there's this congregation of our type of movement, right? Our people movement and our industry is in like little spots, and there's little spikes of this activity, but it wouldn't exist in between, right? There's gonna be big gaps. It's like if you look at our satellite photos nowadays, and like you see all the like the lights of cities,
Right, that's
what
exactly
you'd see.
right. For
So
him,
he
that's
would-
sort of how exactly.
Yeah. So I'm wondering about asking if the void is under one of those sources of
Well, you
human
think
activity.
that's exactly what he said. You don't
That's
need
what
to
he's saying?
ask that. You think that's exactly what he said.
And can you tell us about, like, is it the nearest human settlement that this is under?
Let me see if you could answer that question. Oh, good. I rolled a 20. He says, nearest. Yes.
I am worried.
Should you have no other source of information, you might seek out my kin within the fountain of memory, within the high forest. The water will reveal what you ask, though you will only be able to ask 3 questions, so make them count. I wish to know the purpose behind this lingering energy, this spellfire, and the void of emptiness that is so close.
As beings who live on top of that void of emptiness, yes, we are very much interested to know, and we will. It's quite the climb up here, but yes, we will. We will return to you with information.
Then it is a deal. The transaction complete.
Unless perhaps you have a way. Obviously, we need something for. He holds up the ring structure. We need this to function, and we need part of you for that. Can you also give a part of yourself that we could communicate with you directly, that we could take and you could see for yourself? A seed, perhaps.
I'm thinking
says-
maybe
he-
not just because
he
of the
tells you-
distance, but
He tells you, if you should speak to my companions there within the forest, they may send a message to me, though I cannot reach to them. Something is blocking me, the fingers of the fire, the darkness that seeps. Perhaps they could speak to me. I do not know. Does it affect me alone? You get the sense that he's sort of feeling locked off.
lonely. Yeah.
You sort of think that one of the reasons why he's concerned, you're not even sure that he cares about Faerun or that he cares that there's these fingers of energy. What you're thinking is whatever's happening is stopping him from communicating from his kin. And so because of that, he wants to find out what's going on because he's sort of isolated right now.
Yeah, that'd be lonely.
Yeah. So you don't think he has this benevolent reason why he wants you to do these things? You think that he's willing to do this because he wants someone to figure out why he can't, find his kin.
Okay.
Are there many more like you?
Yes.
If we find 3 others, do we get an armor upgrade?
What kind of upgrade are you looking for here?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. All right.
I got you.
You just kill 4 boars in the forest, and bring their pelts or whatever. All right.
Their tusks.
All right. With that, you see the closest crystal that's sitting right next to your group here. We'll call it this one right here.
One right in front of me.
This one right next to Theo. You see the crystal shimmer. It glows with a burning reddish green light for a moment, just crystallized, and then the whole thing just kind of shatters. And what's left behind is a single shard of energy that's glowing, a kind of a greenish internal with like a reddish outline hue. You may take the living crystal. Use it wisely.
Thanks.
Start swinging it around like a lightsaber.
Zindra kind of walks over and she's gonna look at it. She's like, "What the fuck is that?"
I'll pick it up.
She's
Carefully.
staring at it. She stares at
I'll
it.
hold it
She's
to her. I'll
she's
hold it up so
mesmerized.
we can both sort of look at it together.
It's
I'll
warm.
investigate it.
It's warm in your hands. There's a warmth to it.
It feels living.
Does
Also-
it look similar to the crystals that the gnolls use for their weaponry?
No, what's on the ground feels similar.
The
the
sharding-
remnants.
Shards. Okay.
You think maybe the gnolls may come here or to a similar place and pull the remnants from the ground?
What's that called when something gets rid of its exoskeleton and has a new one later? Molts,
Yeah,
Like
molts,
molts,
like it
yeah.
sheds.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, this may
Yeah,
be
it's-
shedding from as this thing is sort of growing or changing. And this is what you see along the floor here. It's littered all over the place. Not so
Humo
tight that
considers taking some, but
it's up to you.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
This guy, we just made a deal with this guy. I don't want to push it.
It's up to you. They seem sort of. You wouldn't be able to sleight of hand it because you actually have to dig them out a little bit. They're
They'd feel it.
actually in there. But you could take a minute to pry them out. I mean, there's nobody here physically stopping you, though that may change if they don't like what you do.
You could always just ask.
These pieces in the floor, they are not. Are they living? Are they part of your bodies here?
They are remnants from the past.
Do you have use for them?
No.
May we gather some? We do have use for them. They are extremely useful.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh, fuck.
Persuade. Can I give him advantage on that? I'm gonna assist. I'm really good at stuff.
Wow,
did you get?
I have a -1 to that.
Get any pluses for being in X aura?
Yeah,
Chris
no,
was like
No.
-80
Oh,
or something.
Oh, no. No, you rolled it. I have never seen a roll that bad.
That's 0.
You rolled a 0.
Oh.
All right. It says our time has passed. We should begin.
so be it.
That's fine.
Let's get out of here.
Theo starts to walk with
Yeah.
the crystal.
Let's get out while the getting's good.
Yeah.
I'll put away the structure.
Wait.
Back away
It says,
slowly.
It says wait. As you
just said we were
begin
done.
to turn. Your
Yeah.
way is
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
your way is blocked. I feel it. It is there.
Is it the fire?
It is a creature.
Is it flying?
It stands waiting for you. Outside in the canyon.
Oh dear.
Is it about our size?
No, it is much larger. It rests upon the bluff. I feel it.
Is there another way out of this cave here?
No.
No.
Okay.
No underwater routes?
How long does we do have the water here. How long did that water breathing last?
How long does your water breathing last?
Water breathing lasts 24 hours.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Okay.
we could try going
We
underwater.
have it. We have it all day.
Yeah. You can try taking the underwater route and hopefully the fast churning rocks don't
Yeah.
buffet you and get launched
It's
out.
all
the
gonna
cliff.
yeah, we're all coming out with concussions.
If you, I mean, I'm just letting you know, if you don't catch yourself,
Oh,
you
no.
could be ultimately be launched out a 200-foot cliff. It's pretty fast moving
I'm
water.
I'm not
Water.
very dexterous.
Bring it
Me
on.
and climbing for my life in fraught valleys don't go very well together.
That's true. That's very
Yeah, I
true.
have bad history
So-
with climbing this kind of stuff.
So if it is likely a drake or a dragon that is larger than us, we should keep our distance so that we cannot be attacked in one mass.
Yeah.
We like to try to sneak away. It might have exceptional perception, but we could use whatever magics we have left.
Yeah, did we have no, it's not expeditious retreat. What's the
Pass
One
without
that
trace.
Pass without trace.
that
Can
guy?
put that back on, yeah.
And I could
Does that
put
last an
expeditious
hour?
retreat, but it's only one.
Pass without trace, I believe, is an hour. Let me see here. Yeah, up to an hour.
I would say that any spell you cast at the previous one, unless it lasts 8 hours or something, it's probably gone.
Yeah, we
guys
wouldn't
can
have
find
this
it.
right now, but I could recast it.
Can you turning to the crystal? Can you tell if is it alone out there? Are there more?
It is one. It is large. Much bigger than you. As big as I
It's-
am.
Oh, great. Is it wonderful? Is it in the long crystal cavern where you first spoke to us, or is it below?
It is in the canyon waiting for you to return. It's in the canyon, is what it says. It waits.
All right.
I'm glad we didn't leave you out there.
Yeah.
Zindra's like
Looks to,
fucking.
looks to
She's
Zindra.
she just kind of looks down the long shaft. It's like fucking right. So you're telling me, Zindra's like, so you're telling me that there is another creature, and we think another one of these drakes, but bigger.
Yeah, maybe the drakes that we killed didn't get killed, and maybe it leveled up.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of like Dragon Ball Z, where like the Saiyans get stronger when they get
Yep.
defeated. Not good.
Oh no.
You may strike me
Or-
down, but I will come back stronger.
Yeah.
Or he ran home and told his big brother.
Zindra's like, are are we even capable of taking the last one? We barely were able to defeat.
I would not say that, but
Yeah, I mean, we had those gnolls to deal with as well. If we can focus our attention on one creature, it might go a little better for us. I suggest we poke our noses out of the cavern and assess the situation first.
Zindra says, why don't we wait and regather our strength?
Well, if
I
it
like this idea.
comes in here, then we're trapped.
Hey,
Well,
Crystal Nut. What Zindra calls out. Hey, Crystal Nut dude. What is that thing coming in here, or what is it doing? And you kind of see the crystal thing go,
fuck.
it says, I feel it not moving. It is waiting for you.
I suspect you can defend yourself if needed.
Are you talking to the crystalline?
Yes.
It doesn't seem to answer that question.
Otherwise,
I'm
the creature
different.
would have come in here.
The creature's not coming in probably for a reason.
Does that thing even look like it needs defending? I mean, it's got all these guys.
Exactly.
And it probably has a whole crap ton of defenses being a rock.
Yeah.
Did we ask it what its name was?
It
Yeah,
said
it
it
Doesn't
didn't
have one.
We can call it the monolith.
We could rest here. However, it does present a problem for Theodulin, as
I
as he may disappear. Now, this crystalline entity has perhaps an ability to remove that resonance from Theodulin.
You might call me Theo.
Theo.
Can you fix our friend here?
I'm checking.
Perhaps let the paladin ask.
I do step up next to Ek. You were asking, right?
Yeah, I'll ask.
Or
Walk
was that
up.
Emo?
What are you gonna say?
My friend here is
say our
afflicted
time
by
is
a
over.
curse of what seems to be blocking you from the rest of your entities. Do you have any way to rid him of this curse?
Yes, you should destroy it.
That's
to
that's why we have this.
Destroy the creature. It'll have no purpose with a curse.
Are you referring to the creature in the shadow or the creature that is perched above?
I speak of the
Or are you
creature
referring
cursed. The easiest way to remove a curse is to destroy the creature.
I would rather not.
Yes, Theo is our friend. We wish to rid him of the curse, not
Do
be
you have a
rid
second
of him.
option?
It is much easier to find another friend.
Do you have a second option?
I do agree with you. That is very pragmatic thinking. But
Now you have to understand that these living these creatures sort of create and destroy themselves, and so like if something was tainted, some crystal element was tainted, like something out there, it would just destroy it and create a new one. It doesn't understand.
You're reminding me of the ant colonies when they get infected with like fungus or something. They'll just like drag the one out and like leave it. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't understand the idea of a singular identity, as all these crystals that are around it you think are part of the same collective.
Yep.
So it's confused by the fact that you would even bother. Like, what's the purpose?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's really going to get any of the like concepts of like friendship and that kind of stuff of why we would want to save him.
Which is okay. Thank you for trying.
It was merely a thought.
No, it was smart.
What you need to
We
read.
can
can I
risk
give-
the night and Theo's condition worsening, or we can risk a dragon.
Does anyone have a way? Well, it's waiting for us. Maybe we confuse it with some kind of decoy and
Like,
use
not
that as a way
us?
to.
I
Yes,
will
I can-
remind. I
What
will
if
remind you that
we're not us?
I will remind you that it was revealed through trying to collect information that if this is a similar dragon as the other one, it did have true sight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
probably limited.
Stuff.
It's probably a limited true sight. Most creatures' true sight isn't, like miles. They probably have a small bubble that they can see everything, but they do have it. The creature was able to see Jaru when it got close to him, but it didn't see him when he was far away coming down. So you think the true sight is probably limited, 120 feet, something like that, 60 feet, something like that. But you're not.
Well, alternatively, does anyone have a way to fly back down the mountain? Maybe we do just jump in the river, fly down the waterfall, figure out a way to distract the creature while the rest of us climb down safely.
Are you suggesting that I am the rabbit, if you will, to the hares, the hare to the hounds?
Well, it seems like it is expecting us to come out, and the last time it's if it is the same type of drake, it was pretty aggressive. It dove straight at us from hundreds of feet away.
It's probably its mama.
Though I don't know what it wants. If maybe it wouldn't take the bait.
Could clearly just want revenge. We did kill it after all, or we thought we did. If it is the same one.
Could we go to the cave mouth and go away? Works for a rule.
Barely worked. Barely worked for him.
Yeah.
Actually, when they told us to go away, we broke into his front living room.
Yeah, they didn't really
sent a bird in
You
there.
did what now? You broke into a citizen's home?
No, technically not. A bird did fly in, though. I saw that happen, but could have been any bird.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So with a long way to go down that hall, you could try to get out of here through that cavern and the canyon, which is difficult terrain covered in glass structures, or you could stay here and rest.
We have no time to lose. As we speak, I think Theo is losing more and more of his.
Yes, I would like to go.
Yeah, don't show him a mirror.
There could be a death in the party, and I think confronting the beast gives us more of a fighting chance.
Does anybody have bless or other spell abilities that can give us a boost?
Yes, I can cast bless on up to 4 of us if I exert myself.
I have a question.
Very nice.
Is the opening to the cavern too small for this thing to get through?
You don't think so?
Yeah,
I'd hate to be trapped in here. If we're going to have to fight this thing, I'd prefer to do it where we can get a little bit more space.
It's unfortunately it doesn't seem to be an option for us right now. This cavern is quite narrow.
Well, you do have water breathing from last episode that you had cast on you, so that's a good plus.
Are you concentrating on that spell?
Nope, don't have to.
Oh, good. Okay, so if you, are struck quite hard, any of us in the water would be alive, but I don't think.
And you said it was 200 feet down to the water?
It's 30 feet down from the cliff in the canyon when you get out there into the water.
Okay.
Then the water, at the end of the canyon, it shoots you out over that 200-foot drop below. That's the one you climbed up.
And that's where you want to aim for the second water down below.
Yeah.
Not the land right next to the water. That'd be really bad.
I mean, the nice thing is you probably will take half damage from the fall if you land in the water.
Well,
It might still
big
insta-kill you. That's
And if you get knocked unconscious, at least you'd be able to breathe underwater.
Yeah, 20d6 is what it would be, but it would probably take half if you land in water. 10d6, you're fine. 60 hit points, you're no problem.
And I also have feather falls.
You
Actually.
got feather fall too? Good.
I have feather fall too. Yes.
Then I think I think we need to prepare to
Backup
we
plan?
need to be ready to use feather fall, jump in the river, and
Everybody hold hands, jump off at the same time, and then feather fall.
Hope for the best. Aim for the water. Yes.
Aim for the bushes, everybody. Let's do it.
So we're gonna run out there boldly, with bless cast on some of us, right?
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna bring back the other map,
Okay.
and I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
And
So all
And
of
we're
us,
gonna attack.
yeah.
We could talk
guess
our way out
I'll-
of this.
We can. Yeah.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
All
I
right.
feel like I should cast bless before we get into combat, just because
Yes.
my initiative so low.
Yes.
Well, I'll give you a choice here, but let me bring the map up, and then we can
Go.
change your characters to a different position.
Start at the
All
top,
right.
I guess.
Yeah. So go ahead and move your characters to the top of the map. You'll just put you along the top line of and that will be the cavern entrance. We'll
Up
put it
here?
up here. Yeah. Okay. Move the map up. So we don't have a cave in this map per se, but we'll just say as long as you are,
top
we just
2
say
feet.
that this is the cave entrance. I'm not planning on attacking you at the cave entrance anyways, so that'd be fine. Just for ease of combat and whatever. All right, when you come to the cave entrance, why don't you give me perception checks?
Don't forget Zindra. Move her up as well.
Oh yeah, I will.
It's gonna be pivotal.
Now we're talking.
Remember, don't clump up, everybody. Don't clump up.
Zindra, you still have arrows, I presume.
Yeah, I'm a ranger. Of course, I have arrows.
I just if you were low, I have a few extra.
Well, I appreciate you trying to help me out. Jaru, do you
When
want to
this
move your
thing-
character?
When this thing shows up, you and I are going to shoot it out of the sky before it even scratches the rest of our comrades. All right, Zindra?
I'll help.
I think that's a great plan. Okay, given that, as you look out the cavern entrance, you can see you're in a 30-foot high, 15-foot wide kind of A-frame. As you're looking out, you can see the bluffs and rises of this cavern that is slick and glass-like. As you walk through, you can hear the water rushing, the waterfall from the side rushing down.
And how high is it up the sides of the cavern, too?
It's 30 feet from this base down to
Into the water? But how far up on the sides, too? I see we're sort of like...
They're about 30 feet difference. All the platforms, I'm
30
just going
there.
to call them 30 feet. They're sort of in this
All right.
3D space, but if I just say throw 30 feet across, it's probably the easiest thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So why don't you give me a perception roll and see what you get?
22. We got
9.
21, 9, 20,
14.
Hemo got a
That
22
was-
as well.
Yeah, elf power. Let's go. Moon elves.
What do our little elf eyes see?
This has become another dark vision. We're like, it's fine. I can see pretty good, actually.
All right. Tell me if you defeated.
A 37.
The dragon? Yes.
Yeah, no. What you need if you beat a 19.
Yeah, that's a few of us. 4 of us, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
All right. What you can see is, as you stare out into this, you can see that there is a creature staring at the tunnel. You think it sees you, as none of you were hiding as you approach the edge of there. You kind of can see, it probably sees the shadows of you deep within the cavern, and it is sitting right here. It's resting there, and it's laying flat. What you see is a similar drake as you saw before, but much, much bigger. It's very large. Its tail curled up. It's plus flat, and all you can see is kind of its 2 glowing eyes staring out at you. The rest of its body almost blends in perfectly with the rock itself.
I'll whisper over. Shall we take first shot? Or would you cast that first?
I'll remind you that you are down a long, straight caravan corridor, and the dragon has a strong, long, straight dragon breath.
Yes.
Yep.
Adult dragons, if that's an adult dragon,
It's a
they're very
drake, not a
intelligent.
Drake.
It's a drake, not a
They're
drake.
still gonna be intelligent.
Are drakes known to be intelligent?
They're average. Last
Yeah.
time we checked, it was average intelligence.
Yeah.
It talked to me.
One of the big things about drakes is that they don't, like dragons often has 4 limbs and a wings. Drakes just have their hands have wings. and they're kind of long and thin, and they have two big legs that are in the back, and their bodies are kind of longer and more snake-like, like thinner.
But they're intelligent. Okay. They're I think they're fairly average intelligence, if I recall.
Yes, they're very average intelligence.
They're like 30s or something.
Right. But it seems to have a cunning about it as it's trying to look down and scope you out. It's sort of sitting there and just waiting for you to move.
I propose we all fire at once to get a first shot and then run to different
You don't
spots.
think you would surprise it by attacking it. You think it sees you. But you could...
Maybe ready to attack when it starts moving?
Yeah, you didn't sneak up outside, so it can see you. You think that it has the ability to see into the dark well beyond the distance from you to them.
Oh. All right, who's going to cast any spells to get started here? Please do it.
We got to roll initiative here?
I can cast fly on 3 of us.
Nice.
Well, it sees us. There's no harm in simply... Hemo calls out from the back of the line with his longbow. Do you speak common, Drake?
Do you call out?
Yeah, I've got the longbow ready. I'm gonna try to shoot it if it flies closer to us. But
my as well. Already my firebolt.
It has no response at this point. Though you think that if you look close enough, you see it's sort of one eye sort of tilts up, like it's sort of listening. If you think it hears you, you think it's trying to remain hidden, as if it's not sure that you actually. It doesn't know that you know where it's at, and it's not sure. You think that it's sort of thinking that you're trying to call it out of hiding. So it's waiting.
Like a cat.
Interesting.
Cat and mouse. Where the mouse?
Yeah.
Hemo says, the mouse it is then. Attack when it moves, he whispers to the rest of the party, and he will try to start creeping forward. Hemo is going to pretend that he's searching for the creature.
Okay.
Nice.
Give me a deception roll.
Now we did a few of us said we were ready to attack here as well.
You're all sort of readying attacks. That's why.
Yes. Good.
Roll high. Roll very bad.
No!
Did you really roll a 0?
Again, that's 2 zeros.
Yes, so.
Did we really have 2 zeros in one game?
Do you have inspiration there?
I have a plain old inspiration.
Well, it's not going to help you. You do which inspiration do you have? You have DM. Well, because DM inspiration now it is 1d6. You wanted
the DM inspiration.
Yeah, that's going to only add a d6 to your roll.
Oh, gotcha. I thought they're not doing. There's not an advantage one. I forgot.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Apparently, you're not fooling anyone.
All right.
You guess not.
You walk.
I guess I look directly up at it and go, "Where is it?"
You see people walk up, and he sort of looks at the thing. Then he goes. He's staring right at the drake. Then he goes.
That's I guess I can't take my eyes off it.
He starts saying, he's like, boy, I'm sure glad that I don't know where that drake is over there.
Like playing peekaboo with a kid.
Please cast bless. Whoever's gonna do it, just do it.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna cast fly, do it.
I don't. I have
I'll
fly,
creep
but
forward.
Yeah,
Gosh,
I'll cast bless at 2nd level.
Roll initiative, and we're gonna find out what's gonna happen.
I didn't prepare fly, unfortunately.
Oh no!
Didn't you? Oh no! It was Theo who was flying.
Mm-hmm. I have one more fly spell. I'm just trying to get everyone to cast stuff before he said roll initiative, but it is.
I'm not very good at deceiving, but at least I didn't take my eyes off the mark. I got a nat 20 on my initiative.
Nice job.
Oh God, guys, this is not good for initiatives.
All right, what's my bonus to my initiative is okay. Okay, let's go through the order here. All right, whoa, looks like Hemo is going first. The nice thing about having this long, thin thing is I can kind of get some space for people to see.
I cannot believe that the second person in initiative has a 13.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, I know. Okay. Okay, let's. Yeah, you guys are like level 9. You're like, oh,
Come on, keep up.
All right, so Hemo, what are you gonna do? You're gonna start from this position, kind of where Zindra is out now. That's kind of gonna be the rest of it. The rest of you guys can put your tokens kind of off to the side until you're like on the map. We'll say that makes it easier. I'll just move.
No, we're not out that far right now.
No, you guys are in the hall. You guys are
cave,
in the cavern right now. And I'm just kind of moving
But
everybody.
we can see where it is right now, though, right?
Yeah, it's right here. You know the creature's right here, but you're not on the map until you move out. So Hemo, what are you gonna do? I only kept you there to give you an option, but you can.
Okay. So I've already done my little move forward, pretending I didn't notice.
Right, and now you won initiative, so you get to go do something.
Okay. And now I know that he knows that I know he knows where I am.
There's a lot of knowing.
I like that, yeah.
So, Hemo's going to say, of course not. The jig is up. We're going.
Jig! We've been made!
Scatter.
And I say, who's coming forward with me? To the party.
Everybody's
Everybody's
Right behind you.
Everyone takes a step back.
Right behind you.
All right.
Draw your sword, Pierre.
Well, Hemo's going to knock an arrow and fire it up right in between his eyes if he can.
Do it.
Go for it.
One shot kill. Go.
That is a 14 to hit. Can I actually just go ahead and use that DM inspiration?
Go for it.
Get it.
I'm gonna burn it. Is that plus 1d6 per hour?
Yeah, you get to add 1d6 on top of any die roll you have.
Okay, big money. Nope. 2. Does the 16 to hit the Drake?
No, it kind of fires at it, hits part of its armor, just goes.
Jeez.
You winged it.
Second attack. A 19 to hit.
You hit it.
Good.
Oh,
All right.
oh, thank God.
I'll deal 10 points of piercing damage, and I'm going to make that a maneuvering strike. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, expend a superiority die to it. I'll add superiority die to that damage roll. So
Go for it.
This one. Well, one extra damage.
Oh,
So 11
no.
points of piercing with that second shot. It's
gonna be one of those days, I see.
choose.
Yep.
I guess I'll choose Eckankar to be able to use your reaction to move up to half your speed. The opportunity attack thing doesn't really matter here.
Just start at the square that Hemo's in, and you can move your character. Now
Does he
you can
have
move
to?
half your speed, but remember you're already moving at half speed.
Yeah, so I think I can move a square. Yeah, okay.
You move 10. We'll say 10.
Yeah. So I'll just... I don't want to be in a line with you, but I also don't want to be next to the edge. Let's just go here.
Oh, I guess I have a move as well.
Yep, you have a move. You can move at half speed unless you have a way to avoid difficult terrain, or to fly, or to...
Not really. 5, 10, 15. Is that
Yeah.
under the... Okay.
Yeah, totally fine, yeah. And
Hemo's like,
though
I want
there's
that
though
aura.
there's 3D elements in this map, it's not really conducive, so we'll just kind of ignore the 3D elements unless you're going off a cliff or something. Don't worry about it.
All right.
It's just a
Well,
map.
Hemo fires, giving Eckankar a moment to rush forward while I distract it with an arrow.
All right.
Oh dear God.
And we go rushing out.
All right. The Drake flies, lifts off.
To battle, Sir
All
Eckankar.
right, let's fire all of our prepared
It flies
fires.
up. It flies up to here. You're all in it. You're all preparing action. So there is no prepared action. That's why we're running initiative. Everybody, the Drake was preparing an action. Everybody's preparing an action. So the Drake is going. It lands down here. And it's going to fire its breath weapon at Hemo and Eckankar.
So you're saying that we do not get to use our the firebolt that's prepared in my hand right now? I can't fire it.
Yeah, well, you're back in the cave in there, and he's hiding, and everybody's sort of going.
You said we could see him.
What's that?
You said we could see him though.
Right, but everybody is preparing an action. What did you want to do? I'll go. You want to fire your firebolt?
I
will
just
let you
was
fire.
wondering if we all had the opportunity to do that because we were all prepared and we saw him. But if you want to roll, just go through initiative. I'm also cool with that.
Yeah, I kind of figured, you're all like at the battle lines waiting to go, and then you roll, and that's why we roll initiative. Otherwise it's like if everybody's preparing an action to fire across the field, then everyone has to go. But who goes first? Initiative. Right?
Gotcha.
So anyway, so it's gonna
Let's just
go.
do it. Let's go.
So it flies down to here, and it's going to use its breath weapon on Hemo and Eckankar. Hemo and Eckankar, I need you to give me
Jeez.
saving throws. That saving throw is... It is a dexterity 16 saving throw.
And as a reaction, I am going to use cutting words.
What does cutting words do?
It reduces his to hit.
It doesn't do it to
It
hit.
wouldn't work.
It's not a to hit roll.
Yeah, because this we have to save. I missed it by 1. Damn it.
Ooh, I got a 16. Is that?
So you made
You
it.
got a 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, a 20.
Because you have a plus
including
4 because you're in his
the aura.
range. That's awesome. All right, this thing goes.
This is gonna hurt.
You see this bluish ichor. This creature looks very similar to the drake you had before. As it gets close, it has this bluish kind of ichor all over it, but it's just much, much bigger. Well, one side's kind of way bigger, but it's going to do damage here.
How much more does this one hurt, though? Maybe it's just enlarged. Maybe it just gets an extra D4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna do 44. It's gonna do 44 poison damage if you fail your save.
Ow.
If you made your save, now, if you failed your save by 5 or more,
I only failed by 1.
well, you failed by how many?
I failed. I got a 15.
Oh no, that's fine. Okay, good. Yeah, you did not fail your save by 5 or more, so then you just take the damage.
Yep.
So half is 22 damage.
44. Yeah, at least that worked out easy in your favor. All right,
Dang.
it flies down. It
Did it land on the ground?
smells its breath
Yeah.
and then flies back to here.
Dang it.
He goes. It looks down as Hemo's just burst. Who's the one who failed? Eckankar?
Yeah.
Eckankar is like. He goes. A mother's work is never done.
Well.
And its wings just bat up, and just see its eyes are enraged, and just see it just like wants to kill that creature that apparently has killed its child. Zindra's turn. Zindra.
Save us, Indra.
She's like, I'm not fucking going out there. she takes a 10-foot step back. She's like, no way.
Oh, jeez.
Flander, what are you going to do?
If Flander is going to shout out,
Zindra's dodging, by the way.
a mother's work is never done? Well, then how do you know you started? And cast Vicious Mockery.
All right. All right, I have a savings throw, right?
You do.
Ah, crap, I rolled a 19. What is it? I feel like I can't fail a save against Vicious Mockery. I rolled a 19.
Okay, well, as a bonus action, I will give Hemo inspiration.
Nice. Hemo, you are inspired. Jaru, what are you going to do?
D8?
D8, yep.
You see that Zindra steps back and she presses herself against the wall. She's like, there's no way. It's like, that thing's huge.
Right. It is merely large. Where am I? Well, let's give this a shot. Step to the mouth of the cave and cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Ooh, that's a fantastic spell. What is my savings throw? Looks like a
DC
DC
16.
And that is what type? Is it a will save?
It is a
Wisdom save.
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom save. All right, here we go. Come on. Let's roll a 1 here. You guys need a 1.
You need it.
I got to see if I have any bonuses.
Flander, can you distract it further?
I'll try.
I don't know if...
Wow, this thing has a +3 to its wisdom save. It made it. I rolled a 15 plus 3 is 18.
Damn.
All
It
right.
goes, it kind of shakes it off. It goes, try as you might. You are all food for worms.
And I'll step back in.
Eckankar, what are you going to do?
Go 5, 10, 15. and take the dodge action.
Oh God! Hey, you get bonuses on your dexterity saves. All right,
Yep. It's just
Theo,
got
you
nothing
see
for this.
Eckankar. He's just
I don't know.
trash. He's just completely trash. He's like, what is going on? Hemo, what are you gonna? Theo, what are you gonna do?
All right. He's basically from inside the cave entrance. I can see him, right? So,
Yeah, you have to come to the cave entrance, which is to be that square to be able
all
to
right.
make
So
an attack on
I
him.
step out,
Because he's 30 feet up, and just the angle, you have to kind of do the edge.
and then I'm gonna. I was describing firebolt earlier, so he's got that ready to go, and he's gonna use his full.
You don't
attack
have to cast
on it.
firebolt if you don't want to. You're free to do whatever you want to do.
I mean, that's what he was planning on doing. I was thinking about doing that.
All right, go
That's what
for
I
it.
want to do. It sounds like a good idea right now. Maybe I
Perfect.
can burn this guy with some fire.
Blast
hit
him.
I think a 20 will hit because I think it's a 19 did earlier.
Yeah,
Will
19
20
is his
hit?
armor class. Yeah.
All right, 20 hits for the first attack.
Nice,
For
some damage.
9 points, and then 19 for the second one. Papa!
Oh, nice job.
Big
So
hit.
26 or 24 points total.
Nice.
So you did 9 and
damage.
15. Okay.
Whoa.
All right,
And
you hit
then,
it.
So if the DM is trying to dissuade you from using something, do it.
Does the fire do the damage? Did he take
It
it?
doesn't seem to have any resistances to fire or anything. So you
Excellent.
think it hit it? Did damage is.
All right, and then he'll move out to that'll work. Move out to here, and then thinking about bonus actions. He's already got temporary hit points from the last time, so he doesn't need to do that. I guess he'll just deploy his helmet all the way. That's it.
Cool.
Okay, so your helmet is raised. Theo has done his bidding. Lear, what are you gonna do?
Lear
Gonna shape
smacks
herself
his
into an
spear
eagle?
on the ground. He'll start walking out of the cave. He starts swirling it in the air, and a storm cloud starts to form over the canyon. He's gonna cast Call Lightning.
Nice.
There we
That's a
go.
good one.
There we go.
Well, yes, I'd
Can I
like to
have
get
a
one
60-foot box?
for lightning. Press 1.
Can I get one Drake extra crispy, please?
So you're going to attack that creature and it takes it. It's a 60-foot area. We'll just say it's in the canyon area. That's fine. We can just kind of play that.
Yeah,
out
then
well.
he just needs to
But-
make a dexterity saving throw of 18.
Oh yes, does like 3d8 or something like that. Does a lot of damage.
3d10.
3d10, nice. All right, my dex savings. Unfortunately, I actually have a +3, and I add my my +6 total to my dexterity savings throw.
You rolled a 1, right?
I rolled a 15 plus 6 is going to be a total of 21.
So you'll take half.
All right,
Half
give me
damage then.
half of
7
that
points
electrical
of
damage. It kind of hits creatures. It kind of like raises up, does that jolting thing. Like what the hell? How much damage do you do?
It would be 14 if he failed, but he made
Okay.
it, so 7 points of lightning.
7 if he failed, or
Yep.
failed 70 because he made it.
Saved.
Okay. Kind of shocks him in the ass a little bit. He's like, he looks up at the. He's like, wizard. He doesn't know
Close.
it. He's like,
You're like, I guess.
The creature bellows down. You shall never leave this canyon. I shall avenge my fallen child. Hemo, what are you going to
It's looking
do?
like that's possible.
Let's see. I gotta keep moving here. I will stay stuck. Difficult terrain, so 5, 10, 15.
Yes.
And this thing's got some crazy AC.
Ask him for the child's teeth back.
Yeah, where did those go?
So it is right now 30 feet up from you on the cliff.
Well, yeah, I take the necklace out. I untuck the necklace with two dragon's teeth and the symbol of Corellon on it and say, "By my name as Hemo Oakenheel, I have slain 2 dragons larger than yourself. And I will slay you too unless you leave my homeland, my chosen homeland, alone."
Give me an intimidation roll. Because you have the teeth, I'm going to give you +2 to your roll. Not advantage, but +2.
Okay. This is flat. 8, 10.
Okay. It goes. Dragon Slayer. You shall be my first meal then. Anything else? You've done that. That's sort of like I'm kind of giving you as your item interactive action. Was there something else you want to do?
Well, heck, I guess I'll just better believe it then. I'll fire at him with a couple more arrows. Why not? I've got the thing to hand. Longbow attack. 11 to hit. Probably isn't gonna hit.
He uses his wing, kind of folds itself in as a shield, kind of hits the wing.
Second shot is a 13 to hit.
Missed again.
Can I use my Bardic Inspiration on that?
You want to use your inspiration on it?
You gotta get a 19.
Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, you got to get to 19. That's a lot.
Jeez. Well, heck, I'll roll a D8.
Plus 8 though, right?
Big money? No.
Oh, so close.
All right. Drake, let's see if he recharges.
Please don't.
He did not. All right. He dodges.
Tricksy.
Yeah, you'll have
Probably just
disadvantage
wait for
to
that.
attack. You'll have disadvantage to attack him now. You'd think he's waiting for his breath weapon to recharge. Zindra.
Yeah.
Fuck. She comes out here. She's like,
over here.
yeah, she comes out. She's like, son of a. She's like, whose idea was this?
Shoot her!
She's gonna attack the Drake. She's got 2 shots, but at disadvantage. No.
4 rolls, 2 shots, 1 kill.
Yeah, they just kind of go. Kind of hit the creature. The creature's just jumping back and forth. And that brings
Zindra,
us.
It's the Drake up on the top of the, right there.
Is that a giant creature over there? Or,
She-
sorry,
yeah.
large.
She says, Lear, remind me to kick Theo in the balls later.
He knocks his metal armor that's covering that area. Tink, tink.
Flander, what are you gonna do?
Okay, Flander is going to. How high is it from here to like
Well, all the
here?
cliff faces are universally 30 feet across. So
Okay.
these will roughly will stay the same height. They are the
And
same.
don't forget,
height.
you're actually in the cave up here, right?
You're in the cave up here. Yeah,
Okay.
your
okay.
symbol's over there because I just wanted to get you guys sort of.
Gotcha. Okay, I was wondering how we got across the river.
No, I'm just putting you there because it's off the map right now.
You could try jumping though. Would not
Okay.
recommend.
So can I sort of hide just inside the cave and still be able to see this critter?
If you're just if you can hide, that's for sure. You can take the hide action, no problem.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
All right, that's your hide action. You can tell me what your hide action value is.
13.
Okay, 13 on hiding. Okay, you are hiding at 13. All right, you have a bonus action or anything else you're gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna give Zindra Bardic Inspiration.
She's like, hoo. You kind of tingles up her
Don't
spine.
use that. You cannot use that to punch me in the junk, though, Syndra.
I think
Hey.
she'll use it up long before she gets a chance to do that.
There was no stipulation on getting this Bardic Inspiration. Just be warned. All right, Jaru, what are you gonna do? Thing is dodging right now.
All right. Item interaction to draw the sword.
Yep.
And
Look
just
what we
mutter
have
to
here.
it.
Oh, a dark cave. How
I have something that's really going to piss it off if it's content to just wait there. Maybe just get ready when it tries to eat me for doing it.
Yeah, this thing is very powerful, and we are in a bad situation. So cooperate, or we're gonna die in here. And then we'll step out. Let's see. I can move.
Yeah, you put yourself in any square here. We're kind of playing a little bit loose with that entrance of the cavern.
Measuring. I can't grab myself. what I do in my own time is
When I think about... oh, sorry.
10. Ugh.
All right, what
15.
would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Mind Sliver.
Ooh, okay. All right, I have a savings throw. My savings throw is?
It's an intelligence save.
All right, I think its intelligence is very average.
16.
Its intelligence is 0. So I have a total of... All right, so plus 3 with this. Okay. I roll 11. I got a plus 3. That is 14. I fail. What happens then with Mind Sliver?
I do 2d6 psychic damage, and it has a mind. It's basically baned. It's got a negative 1d4 from its next saving throw. So if someone wants to hit it with something, it's a little more likely to land.
All right, it is right now Bane for the next attack, and you do how much
And
damage?
it's
to
10 points of damage.
it? Nice.
And I will also initiate Blade Song, just because it gives me bonuses for stuff.
Oh yes, another dragon. How rigid. This DM doesn't know how to look up a decent book anywhere.
Your singing sword is incorrect. It is a drake.
I was about to say, technically, it's a drake.
Well, I'll argue with your ashes after this creature destroys you all. All right.
Yeah, and then you could talk to it while it, fawns over you.
Oh, you don't know. All right, Eckankar, what are you going to do?
Tempted to throw it in the canyon.
Hemo says, I have a way to pester it to try to draw it down here.
Okay, Ek is going to do a little sidestep and cast Bless at 2nd level. I will bless Hemo, Drew, Theo, and Lear. And then
Dindra says, I'm right here. Yep. I hear you.
And then I will bonus action harness divine power and regain a 2nd level spell slot.
Nice.
Make sure you mark yourself if you've been blessed.
Did a green dot if anybody wants to copy.
Green dots are good. All right, that brings us to Theo. Theo, what are you going to do? This Drake just seems to be waiting for its breath weapon to recharge. It's just going to sit back and blow you away. It's not going to worry about fighting you. You think that this much older, much more mature Drake is going to fight in a little more specific style. It's not going to just throw itself down and thrash wildly like the young one.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving though, and I'm just gonna keep shooting at it as I move. So
Got it.
You said disadvantage for firing.
You don't have any disadvantage. Oh, because it's if you're doing an attack roll, it's dodging. So yes, you do have disadvantage to hit it, and you move at half speed right now.
Gotcha. So 15. So and is this drop right here? Is that a 30-foot as well?
We're gonna say all the drops that drop into the canyon are just straight up 30 feet because it's easier for the map. You know what I mean? No matter where, if you drop over the edge, it's gonna be 30 feet anywhere.
All right, that's fine. So 5,
just for the
10,
sake of ease.
15. And then I'll take my first firebolt shot. Ooh, disadvantage is a 17, which I think still misses, right?
It does, yeah. It kind of steps aside.
All right. And the second one is a 17 again. Look at me. Miss.
Kind of, it slides one way, so it's kind of, it's like just kind of moving back and forth. It keeps trying to do deep breathing, kind of tantric breathing, trying to get restored.
Oh yes, +4.
Plus 1d4.
Yeah, plus 1d4. But I rolled a d4 for both of mine, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, you got +4 for both blesses. Nice. All right, that brings us to Lear, I believe, is next. Theo went. Lear, you're next.
Okay, I'm going to...
You're going to use your spell again?
I'm not this round. Well...
You're concentrating on it now, right?
Concentration, yeah.
He's got disadvantage on saving throws this time.
The heavy cloud.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to strike him with lightning.
Okay, he does have a disadvantage for the next saving throw.
Well, not disadvantage, minus 1d4.
Oh, mine's.
Oh, it's thanks for reminding me.
Oh,
that.
Bane.
Yeah, Bane. I was thinking disadvantage too. So I'll just roll the d4 and I'll minus from my roll. Is that what you're gonna do? The lightning bolt?
Yes.
Okay. Call lightning.
Call lightning. Doo-doo-doo.
Oh, I rolled a 19 minus 1 is 18.
That's
I forgot. It's got a plus 6 to its dex save. So it's got
Jeez.
so
it's
he'll
got a
take
20.
half.
It's as big thing as his dex. So he's gonna take half.
Oof, half of 11.
Half 11? Okay. That brings us to that would be 5.
And then for my bonus action, I will shillelagh up.
Okay. That brings us to Hemo. Is this creature sort of
All right,
kind of breathing? It's kind of breathing in. It's trying to rebuild its breath.
If I take a step here, can I put my back against the wall, make sure that it doesn't have, it can't breathe through me to my buddies behind?
Which back do you talk? Which roll do you want to be at against?
Oh, I stepped down here. I'm planning on being below this cliff.
Correct. We'll say that you are against the wall. That this is actually a cliff, and that it can't breathe through that. That's
It could
fine.
go that way still, but it wouldn't be able to go that way.
Correct. You think that this creature is going to try to find a way to blast the most amount of people at the same time.
Yeah.
And just for the
I guess
sake
I'll
of D&D, he's not going to go off the map. I kind of leave the map as like a virtual barrier just for the sake of the world. So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to step over here, look up at him. How about you attempt to dodge this then? I draw my wand of magic missiles. I'm going to use 2 charges to launch a magic missile at second level. 2 of the 7 charges, so I'm going to fire 4 darts, and they're just going to hit him.
All right. As you
Resistant to force.
As you fire the magic missile, this thing, it sees the things, the eyes get big. It runs, it tries to run in a circle, like an oval to dodge it, and these missiles just go circle around it and smack right into its side. How much damage do you do?
2, 3, 5, 10, 14
Nice.
points of force damage.
I'll
3, 4,
remember
5,
you.
right in a line.
Dang.
All right, you
fine.
hit it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. It is his turn. Let's see if it's going
Still want to wait it out, lizard?
D6. See what happens. Oh, it doesn't get his charge back again. Damn it. It's irritatingly, it's going to move 40, 45, 60. I'll put it. It's going to move to here. It flies across.
Nice.
All right. It flies over to there.
Where are you going?
And it dodges. Looking rather irritated. You see, it's trying to breathe really hard. He's just trying to get its breath back.
He's
Zindra.
got asthma.
If he doesn't come down here, he's going to eat more of these darts. When he does, then we'll get him.
This is going to go 5, 10, 15 to here. She runs forward, and she's going to try to fire at this creature, unfortunately with disadvantage. Ooh. Nope. But she almost hit it. But no. It kind of hits. This thing, Zindra calls out, this thing is really, really difficult to hit. It's dodgy.
Not dodgy enough for this thing.
All right. Ugly, can't you do something? That's what Zindra yells out. Flander, what are you going to do?
Hemokos, which one of us?
She glances back at Theo and just rolls her eyes. All right, Flander, what are you going to do?
Going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
All right, casting Dissonant Whispers.
Yeah. Needs to make a wisdom save of 17 or better.
All
Who
right.
careless?
And I'm casting it the 3rd level.
Nice. So 17 or better. I rolled a 16, and what is my wisdom bonus for this creature? It is +3. So it rolled a 19. It made it save.
Okay, then it takes half damage and it doesn't have to move.
Ah, crap. How much damage do you give it? Ooh, good rolls.
Takes 8 points of damage.
Nice.
Psychic damage.
All right. You can see this drake is really frustrated because he can't get its breath. It's just trying really hard. It's gonna breathe hard, and it's dodging. And it's just like it's angry right now, but it's trying very hard not to be irrational. Jarru, what are you gonna do? You have your sword out. Oh, wonderful. Mm-hmm. Now there's a big old gap. What are you gonna do? Beg it to come forward? Please.
Throw the sword.
Please, dragon. Please come to us so we can attack you.
Might hit it.
Good point, Theo. How far can you throw that thing, Jarru?
Fine. I'll move to there, and I will Blessings of the Raven Queen
Nice.
to here, and I will attack.
The creature's like, it kind of gets this big shitty grin in its face, like the dragon goes, and the sword goes, oh, this one looks rather pissed. I'm going to enjoy this. All right, do your best. What do you attack? Its armor class is 19.
Great. And it's at disadvantage?
Right now, because it is dodging until the beginning of its turn.
But you have bless. Don't forget your 1+1d4.
Let's do it.
There it is.
Make your attacks. Are you attacking with advantage for some reason?
No, it's disadvantage.
Okay, just this. Oh, it's disadvantage.
They just both miss.
They just both miss. They're both exactly the same. That's one attack. That's one attack.
And I'll do Booming Blade, just because.
Yeah, keep it from moving for sure, or make it take damage if it moves. That's a great idea.
Oh!
That will hit. There you
23
25.
For 14 points plus.
And good pick for the booming blade for which attack to apply that to.
I know, right?
That was awesome. So you did 14 points of damage to it?
Plus another 10.
Okay, 124, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got to do the math, okay? The creature looks like he's just really pissed. Got this thing that's sparkling all over it. All right.
Assistance would be welcome.
Perfect. We'll pile on.
Yeah, the Drake looks down at you. I shall kill you for killing my child. And the sword looks up at it and goes, oh sure, hit us with your best shot, you big bad draggy. Ooh. All right, your turn, Eckankar. You can hear the sword and the dragon having a conversation.
Yeah. Okay, so I will 5, 10, dodge, and bonus action, second wind.
Okay. Theo, what are you going to do?
I will get... max back. Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Nice. Was that 19 back?
That's 12.
It's 12 because I'm a second level fighter.
Second two.
Yeah, Theo, what are you going to do?
Oh, boy. I'm gonna... I guess I'm gonna lay down some covering fire for the moment and then continue moving around.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. So disadvantage, because it's still dodging, yeah?
Yeah, you're attacking it? Okay, go for it.
I hit.
That will hit.
24,
Nice.
23 plus 4, so 27.
Nice, getting some damage.
8 points of damage. And then the second one is going to be a miss, so only a 15.
Boom. That's good.
One
That's
hit.
awesome.
And then I'm going to step up to the 5, 10, 15, up to the edge here. So I'm sort of, yeah. I mean, I could probably get around and get us, but Cinder's going to be down a little ways, and nobody else would pretty much only be able to get two of us in a line, I think, right now.
All right, this Drake is just trying to shift back and forth, trying to keep from hitting as the sword that's laughing at it is being swung by Jarru. The rest of you raining down fire on this thing. You can see it's a little bit irritated. It's trying to get its breath back, but it's not coming as fast as it wants. That brings us to Lear.
We're not going to give it the chance.
Lear sees that you put that nice booming blade on there, and he's going to just take a couple steps forward up over here. He drops the storm cloud, it kind of starts to dissipate, and then he points his staff and draws a line up the cliff, and thorns erupt out of the side. He casts Wall of Thorns from his staff.
Nice.
And he needs
What
to
does that
make
do?
his DC 18 dexterity saving throw. It takes 7d8 damage.
All right,
Holy
so my
cow.
question, you cast Wall of Thorns. What is the area effect of Wall of Thorns?
It is a 60-foot line, 5 foot thick, and I'm just gonna go up the cliffside, just like straight up to kind of like
Like
Right
over the
before
top
you.
of it? Cool.
Great.
All right. That's
Dude,
awesome. That is
Big brain
fantastic.
move.
That is super cool. All right, and what do I get a save on that?
Yep, it's a dex save, 18, save for half.
All right, it makes it save. Unfortunately, it saves with having a +6 is very easy to make. But how much damage do you do it?
34, so half of that,
17.
17 points. And
So,
then that
17.
wall will stay there, and if he ends his turn there, he'll have to do it again.
Got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Double
Great
jeopardy
move,
there.
Cameron.
All right, Hemo, your turn.
Hemo takes a couple of steps. He reholsters the wand. Bold, Jaru. Let's capitalize on it. I'm going to use a commander's strike. I'm going to take the attack action, forego one of those attacks, and use my bonus action to direct Jaru to strike again.
Nice.
You may immediately use your reaction and add, if you hit it, you can add 5 to your damage.
There you
roll.
go. That's how you do it. Jaru's gonna take that bonus. Gonna take your reaction to do that.
Absolutely.
All right.
I got 22
Yes.
Nice.
22. Nice. That'll hit it.
for a total of 16 points of damage.
That is
Nice.
awesome.
Awesome. And then for my attack, I will fire a longbow shot at the same time.
Nice.
24 to hit.
Oh, didn't even need the plus.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, you
You gotta do it
No,
as your attack
you
with
might.
Right,
disadvantage.
okay. I'll check the
One more,
bless
one
thing.
more
I
roll.
haven't used that before. Okay. The disadvantaged was only a 14.
Ah, crap.
Ah.
Okay, so you had a good shot though. You did.
Wait,
Jaru hit him though.
oh.
You can add it in global attack modifiers. It's actually the default
Yeah.
option.
I turned
in
mine
that
on.
box.
Okay.
So wait, so Hemo, you're not blessed right now? Is that correct?
No, Hemo is blessed.
I am blessed. I just forgot to check.
All
it
right,
for
let's
the
see if
first
this thing
attack.
can recharge finally. Finally
That was the
recharges.
one.
All right. What am I going to do? Mm,
To move or not to move? That.
it's going to
That
move,
is
so
the
it's going to
question.
go ahead and roll your Broming Blade damage for it. It's because it's going to move. How much damage? Does
9 points of damage.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Good stuff.
Okay. I'll have Jaru give me. I'll have Jaru give me a grapple check.
Oh no.
So give me a defensive grapple. Let's see what I roll here. I have a 24 strength. So what is my bonus here? I have a plus 11.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. Let me look at Blade Song real quick.
You know, I never asked if Jaru knows how to swim.
We might find out here in a second.
At least he can breathe underwater.
I have advantage on dexterity acrobatics checks right now.
Perfect. Make your dexterity acrobatics check to get
Oh
out
yeah,
of
blade
this.
singing.
It's gonna be a tough one.
Come on, let's do it.
And let's see, where's acrobatics?
Big money. You need a big money against this guy. Come on. No.
I'll give you my flash of genius, I think. Hold on a second. Just double checking the range on that. Nope, never mind. You're not within 30 feet.
All right. So he's going to grab you. Now, in order to move you, he has to actually win another contest of strength against. That's a house rule that we use. So he grabs you. He took the damage from Blooming Blade already. He grabs you and he's going to try to move you. So
Which way is it going to move him?
well, we're
wonder.
gonna see if he can move him first.
To safety. He's going to carry him down and deposit him
Go ahead
safely
and
back in
give-
Tribor.
give me another check because he has to make another check to actually defeat you to move. So he kind of grabbed you and you're like, "Argh," and he's grappled you. He's gonna
Is
try
this
to.
acrobatics again, or is this?
You can use acrobatics as well, so you get the same advantage roll against him. So you roll really well. He might not be able to move you at all. Come on, big money.
No.
Oh crap. Okay. He's gonna move Jaru and I can move that on the way. Yeah, is that right? Jaru and him move here 70 feet straight up. So he just basically grapples him and flies up. Oh, he can only move 35 feet because he has to move half speed when he is flying. So you're 65 feet up, not 75 feet up. So because it's 30 feet down, 30 feet up. And so you're 60 feet above the water. He's grappled you. He's moved up 35 feet. He's going to take 2 more attacks on you. That is going to be...
I'll shield.
It's probably not a bad idea. So then he's going to make hello damage. Where's my attacks? Oh, there they are. Okay. He's going to make he's going to make 2 bites and 1 claw. So, but you're going to shield, so its armor class is going to be very difficult. It has a plus 11 to hit you. Oh, I rolled the 2 claws. The first claw is going to hit because I rolled an 18 plus 11 is 29. Jesus. It's actually pretty good. All right, when he hits you for 3d8 plus 5 damage.
You sounds bitey.
But I rolled really, really low. That's pretty nice. He rolled plus 5 to that. He rolled 13 damage. That could have been so much better. So much worse. All right, second attack, but he has a really high armor class, but he has a really plus bonus to hit. I rolled a 10 plus 11 is 21. I think I missed you because you have shield. Nice. That's what he does because he actually grapples, so he doesn't get to that last attack. And then he's gonna drop you.
Oh jeez.
Anybody gonna react to that as you see him being dropped into the water?
Can't Featherfall be cast on as a reaction?
If you ever
definitely, yeah.
If you have a reaction, you can take it.
Flander, did you want to? Otherwise, I can. I think we both had it. Is that what you said earlier?
Yeah. I can do it.
Okay. So you get featherfalled down to the ground, floating down to the water below. At the end of the round, the environment will go because the environment's going to force him to move. But until now, we haven't had an environment. All right.
So did Jaru end up in the water?
Yes, Jaru ends up falling into the water, but takes no damage thanks to the feather fall.
What is the falling rate? It's more than 60, right?
You take 10 points per or take a d6 per 10 feet falling.
Yeah, like how slow is he falling down?
Because I think he move at 60 feet per round, so he'd actually be 5 feet above the water at the end of this round.
Yeah. Well, I think we just we'll put him because it's feather fall 60 feet drop.
Yep. 60 feet per round. Yeah.
Okay, so he could be 5 feet above the water. That's totally fine.
Yeah. He's about to though. You're like.
That's funny.
I mean, technically, you're moving slow while everybody else is still going right.
No, I think he actually. Let me double check on that.
Basically, gives him a moment to try to react.
Yeah, you did say 65, right?
Yep. Yeah. Well, because
it's 65.
Yeah. Because he moved 30, and well, let's see. So that's right. Because he can only move half. He moves at 70, and half of 70 is 35, and then you're 30 feet down. So yeah, he's 35.
And he was going for as much damage as possible, right? So he was
right.
Can you blessing of the Raven Queen again?
One more time.
You'll have
my God!
You have one opportunity. Thanks to
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's super fun. Okay,
Nice job,
cool.
Flander.
I'm glad you guys are getting all your. That's really fun. All right, so it does that. It drops. So it moved half its distance is carried it up, and it's.
Oh, by the way,
up.
I only took half of that damage because of the blessings of the Raven Queen.
Okay.
The biting damage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Man, strong ability.
That's your pact boon ability?
No, blessings of the Raven Queen. Whenever I teleport like that, until the beginning of my next round, I take half damage from everything.
Oh yeah, you're sort of like ethereal almost, right? Like you're halfway there, half there.
Yep. So I only took half
Pretty
that.
strong ability.
That's kind of why I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a patron thing.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a Shatterkai.
Mhm.
That's a Shatterkai thing. Oh, the racial.
A racial. All right. Spooky.
That's what makes the Shatterkai fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just hope you never have to face a bunch of them. Who would?
Yeah.
Let's just hope.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because that would
Things
be
to
really
come.
hard. Okay, the Drake is gone. It tried its best to mess with Jaru and it didn't do a whole lot. Zindra's turn.
It sent him downstream probably, but we'll see.
Well, we'll see. Zindra looks as all of a sudden kind of floats down, and she comes over to the edge here, looking down, and she kind of sees you kind of floating down, and it looks over at who was the one who did that? Who's cast the spell?
Flander.
She looks over at Flander and she's like, "Nice catch!" And then she decides that she's going to try to attack that Drake because it's no longer dodging. Oh, she's going to hit him.
Oh,
Cool.
hooray!
Oh, for max damage too.
Right
heck
between
yeah.
the eyes.
Nice.
You got Hunter's Mark on him too.
She does not have
It's a
Hunter's Mark. She does not have
sharpshooter,
Hunter's Mark
right?
on it right now. Okay, that brings us to Flander. Flander, what are you gonna do?
And you're not going to give me inspiration for that?
As a matter of fact, I am. And
No,
bear in
I'm
mind-
talking the
He
DM.
wants the DM to give him inspiration for that, for
Because that was-
risking his life. You know what?
Yeah.
I will say because you did jump ahead and just jump across the gorge and take life in your own hands, that I'll give you inspiration. That's fair.
Thank
It's a
you.
pretty good
Yeah.
call.
All right,
And I'm
Flander,
gonna-
it's your turn.
I'm going to give Jeru inspiration, and here's something to bear in mind. I have something called magical inspiration. So if you're using a spell that deals damage, you can roll an extra d8 to do an extra d8 damage if you hit.
Ooh.
Oh.
That'll burn
Kinda
my
cool.
my inspiration, but hey,
You
we
can-
need to deal out some hurt here.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll try it.
You Flander, you inspired somebody? Is that what you did?
Jeru,
And then that's your bonus action to inspire, right? So it's just like
no inspiration is it? Oh no, wait, inspiration is a bonus action. Yes. Okay, so for what was I going to do? You know what? I'm just going to pull up my crossbow and
Yes.
try and shoot it.
He's
All
not
right.
dodging anymore. He's busy.
Okay. And I'm still hidden, right?
Were you hiding? Let's see. What
Yes.
were you were hiding at 13? No, you're not hidden.
13.
Okay, so hey, it makes a difference since we
Yeah,
don't
oh,
get
yeah.
sneak attack damage. So. But
All
here
right.
we go, crossbow.
Come on, higher. Hit the thing.
No.
Nope.
Oof.
Fly.
It would have been good, though.
You almost hit
Yeah.
Jaru 60 feet below with that attack. All right. Jaru, you kind of fall down. You're kind of slowly falling right now. You're 5 feet below the water. What are you going to do?
I will use my last one,
All right.
and I can...
It just has to be along the
Teleport to
edge if you
there.
want to teleport. Yeah. Boom. Hemo's like, whoa.
And I am going to... If I can blow my wad here.
I was just about to dive down into the river to pull you out.
Not necessary. Well, at least not yet.
Not yet.
Let's put him in the drink.
All right. What are you going to do?
Ooh.
Cast a 5th level spell. Synaptic Static.
Nice.
20-foot radius sphere, so I'm not going to
Try to avoid hitting everybody else, right?
Yeah, I should be able to do
Boom.
that easily enough.
All right.
It makes an intelligence saving throw.
Ooh, that's a
There
good
we
one.
go.
And I have to be a 16. All right, here we go. Big loss. I'm picturing a 2, 3 dice, 3 on the dice here. Oh, let me tell you what its bonus is for intelligence save. I have a +3 on top of.
Is it 16?
No, it's not proficient in intelligence save, so it's gonna be just a 0. I have a 0. Oh, here we go. I have a 75% chance I'm gonna fail the save.
Come on.
I failed. What happened?
Yes.
So it will take 33 points of psychic damage.
Nice.
Okay. On a failed save, after a failed save, a target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number rolled from all attack rolls and ability checks,
Oh, wow.
as well
That's
as
a
its
bane.
Constitution saving
my
throws to
God.
maintain concentration if it was a spellcaster.
Yes,
The target can
that
make
is
an
awesome.
intelligence saving throw at the end of its turn, ending the effect on itself.
Nice.
So, it's that's my wargasm. So
That is
And,
awesome.
you can-
Eckankar, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you can give it an extra D8 damage too for that.
oh yeah,
inspiration if
D8.
you
Let
want,
me.
yeah.
I'm not doing that too.
All right.
Boosted his magic a little bit.
Uh,
Zinged it.
One? That's
Just
okay.
a little. Just a
Hey,
little
one's
sliver.
better than none. All right, Eckankar, what are you gonna
It is.
do?
I guess you could say that was an insult to injury.
Oh,
and then I will also move.
Lines.
Yes.
All right, what are you gonna do,
Right.
Eckankar?
A little bit more of the same. 5, 10, 15, and dodge.
All right, Theo, what are you gonna do?
yeah, I'm gonna follow my current pattern actually. So we're gonna just, but he doesn't have, he's not dodging this time, right? So let's take our 2 shots of firebolts again. Ooh, it's a miss with a 13. And better, nope,
Oh.
same one than that. Rude. All right.
Big sad.
I know, just two misses as he's weaving around apparently.
Yeah.
And I feel like, so Lear, are you on the top here or are you down around the corner?
I'm on the top.
You're on the top. I wanted to kind of get out of the way. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
so
just
right-
play that ridge. However, you can be on one side or the other. Just don't pass. You just don't cross straight through the ridge. You know, that's fine.
Yep. So I guess technically we're almost only a max of 2 in a line right now. I think. Anywhere we go, he just glances around quick. So I'll stay where I'm at then.
Because Eckankar is on this side and you're on this side of the.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Lear, what are you gonna do? Your spell has been dropped. You now cast that other spell. Your plank growth is
Going all
rowing.
up over there right now.
It's beautiful. It's the arboreal line.
Let's see.
It was pretty fucking cool though.
That was
Oh,
awesome.
just-
It goes
So strategically sound.
ah. I love
I'm
the
going
3D
to
space of it.
send a 3rd level ice knife out at him.
There you go.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Yes.
Not even applying disadvantage. He stopped dodging for a sec.
Yeah. Nice. How much damage
Oh,
do you do?
man.
Okay, let's see.
That's a crit. That's a you get to add the damage to it. So you do how much damage do you do normally?
Oh wait, it's not letting me upcast it for some reason.
Just to go ahead and
I was
roll
gonna
it.
say that's really low.
So go ahead, just
Yeah.
go ahead and roll it with the slash
So
arm.
well, it'll be. What's the description say? Ice knife. He has to make a saving throw.
Oh, it's a saving throw. Okay.
Well, it's also a 2-hit. There's a saving throw for an additional effect.
Okay. What kind of saving throw am I making?
On a hit, target takes 1d10 piercing damage. Hit or miss, the shard explodes, and they take 2d6 cold damage.
Okay.
When you
So do you
cast
double
a
all that
level,
with the
you
with the critical or what?
cold 1d6 for areas. So I'll
Okay,
add
so what's the
2.
original damage you did? 1d10? Is there what is it?
Yeah, I just rolled a 1 on that,
But
unfortunately.
it's a critical though.
Crit.
Yeah, so
be
you're gonna add
adding-
10 on top of it, so it's 11 total.
11 total. Okay.
Yep. All right.
Does that add 6 to the cold damage as well?
The secondary exploding cold damage is not critical.
Oh yeah, good call. That's not.
It's
that's
just
just
because it's a savings throw.
Yeah.
So how much cold damage do you do to it?
So let's see. That's 8 plus another 2d6. Just roll that on here.
That's
Oh,
for outcasting, right?
maximum damage.
No way.
All right.
That's 20 cold damage altogether.
Nice.
That was from upcasting.
Yep.
Yeah, and then he has
Alright.
a DC 18 dexterity save.
Yeah, and if he fails the save, it just says he falls prone. I guess.
Oh, yeah, that'll be
Yeah,
good.
he will fall to the ground.
Or no,
He'll
no.
fall.
The saving throw is for half cold damage or not.
Okay.
Oh,
Not full.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
cool idea though. All right, Hemo, what are you gonna do?
did he make a save?
He made a save. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got crazy dexterity.
Well, he's not dodging right now, so I'm going to take a little step over here, get a better shot on him, and just unload arrows on him. So, first attack with the... I'm still blessed, right?
Yeah.
Cool. 19 to hit.
Nice.
That will hit.
Does 10 points of piercing.
Okay.
Second attack is the 17 to hit. I'm going to action surge and do 2 more.
Yes.
Heck yeah, man.
Here we go. 25 to hit. I'll do 10 more damage.
And the thing drops.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
It falls into the water. It goes. It kind of claws up and kind of think of it like just like not falling from the Nakatomi Tower. Just looking, its watch coming off. Yeah.
It's slightly surprised for real because they actually dropped him a second early.
Yeah, they say yeah. He falling from the Nakatomi Tower, plunging into the water. The water flowing up and down as it carries the body down the river, dipping underneath the ledges as they emerge, crisscrossing the stream, and it disappears under the water, never to emerge again.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I turned over to Zindra and I said, "All right, go for it."
Kick me. Nah, do it.
She
Still got that bardic.
She looks over. She looks over at it and she says, "I'm not gonna do that." And then she rolls 20 to hit you in the nuts. She goes on in the back of her hand. She was like, "I'm not gonna do that." And then she goes, jabs you right in the jimmies. You're gonna take non-lethal damage. You're gonna take 2 points of critical non-lethal damage to the jimmies. She goes, "Ping," and you go, "Ah!" With all that metal, kind of hits your guard, kind of vibrates in your body.
So as she did strike me, there's this cool thing that I can do with my shield.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
No. What are you?
It's called the repulsion shield.
Yep.
And
Are you sending her off the cliff?
Yeah, you'll send her off the cliff.
no, I'm not gonna actually do that.
Okay, wait. It's your choice. It's your choice.
I do come down to my knee basically, and I pull the shield in front of me, and I look up and I say, "You have seen me launch people with this.
Yeah, look
Count your
behind you.
blessings."
Jeru walks by and pats Hemo on the shoulder. Very well shot, must say. And then looks over at Eckankar. You were rather mediocre in this fight.
I do apologize. I have very little aptitude of these attacking flying creatures.
You should really think about getting a ranged option.
Jeru, when you step through the shadows as you do, are you able to carry somebody with you?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh. Well, damn, Ek, I was going to say we could teleport you 30 feet, throw you at the enemies, but we'll have to keep looking for a solution.
Yes, it was back when with Fortuna. It was a little easier. I will apologize that I was of little aid in this fight.
If you'd like, I could teach you some basics of the longbow.
Might be a good idea going forward. I would appreciate that very much, Hemo.
You see that Zindra says what we should do is we should build a giant, like a catapult, where we can fasten Eckankar on and launch him. Because heaven knows I would
Eckankar trebuchet.
He says, because by my leaking nose, I would love to load Eckankar to a trebuchet and just let it. She's kind of like
large wooden badger.
Eck is just in his mind. He's remembering like the last fight where he just he shielded her and it got her. He healed her. He's like, She doesn't understand. She doesn't know.
Lear will walk up to Eckankar and do a healing word on you, and also give you a handful of good berries. So you'll take.
Well, thank you very much, Lear.